Before I became a patient of Temescal Wellness, I'd worry when my cannabis supply was running low. I need cannabis to live pain-free. Sometimes I'd wait for days and couldn't always get the strain that worked best for me.
Temescal Wellness is expanding its network in Massachusetts with a care center in Hudson and 2 new centers in Framingham and Pittsfield opening soon. Our friendly, professional staff connects with patients to understand their medical conditions and help them choose the cannabis products that provide the most symptom relief.
I just called the number on their website, and a Temescal Wellness specialist walked me through applying for the Massachusetts Medical Marijuana Program. Once I was approved, I went to the center in Hudson. I was a little nervous going in the first time, but they greeted me at the door and listened when I told them about my condition. Not only did they have my favorite strain, they recommended a low-dose edible that's helped with sustained symptom relief.
Our testing and production facility in Worcester means the quality of the products we cultivate for our Massachusetts patients is controlled and monitored by Temescal Wellness from seed to display. And we apply the same rigorous standards to the third-party retail products we carry.
I'm Ted Rebholz, the CEO of Temescal Wellness. We're passionate about the potential for cannabis to be a life-changing medicine and focus on educating patients, not only about the different products and services that we offer, but on the conditions that medical cannabis is approved for and the ways that patients can safely use it.
Temescal Wellness took all the stress out of getting the cannabis products I rely on.
Visit ma.temescalwellness.com to learn more and get connected to the Massachusetts Medical Cannabis Program. Temescal Wellness, quality cannabis for a better quality of life.
Can I see it?
Nah.
Ladies and germs, A3 Mafia Radio, we're working on a few kinks right now. There we go. Perfect. That's all I needed. All right. Welcome, gentlemen.
So we live up in here?
Yeah, we're live.
Nice.
Can you check
Yo,
this
yo.
out? So they can see themselves? Because, people like to look at themselves.
What's displaying on Facebook is glitchy right now. I don't want to have to restart it all.
I hear you. I hear you, bro.
What's
Mr.
good?
Jacques French,
What's good, my dude?
what is going on, my friend?
Living life, man. Just trying to survive. You know
Vincent
what it is.
LaRusso, how are you? I see you have a power-sized sugar drink from Dunkin' Donut. We'll get to it, okay? And
Listen, fat kid at heart.
You're talking about another one right across from you.
Just
Mr.
saying.
Ace the Truth, thank you for coming in when you think you could come in as early as you could.
Yeah, I know. This is like out of contract. You know, me and Case Move can't even come on time. So the fact I came on time today was good.
You know what? Sometimes your stuff's rotating on this axis.
You know what it was?
Spins the other way.
My birthday was yesterday,
Happy
and like,
birthday,
thank
my
you. And I sat, like I was telling Brian, I sat there before it turned 12 o'clock. I shut my phone off, and I just talked to myself, like, a couple hours, just
What'd
like,
you say? No, I'm not gonna
yo,
lie.
how bad you want this?
Not gonna lie.
You know what I'm saying?
You can ask these
Like,
two, like,
you're getting older. Like, it's time, fuck a apartment, get a crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain things was just already there inside of me talking to me, but I needed to cordially talk to myself.
So, like,
I got, like,
for the
out-of-body
first time ever,
conversation.
You spoke to yourself politely?
Yeah, like, probably like, I would say equivalent to some. I never did prison time. I've been in jail cells, but like I never did prison time. Probably equivalent to somebody who's about to come home. They're like, "Yo, I need to get this done and do this," and that's
Three
how.
out of four people. I'm not gonna speak for the four. 3 out of 4 people have been in prison cells. The other one worked in the prison cells.
Yeah, so you know, you have that digressing moment where you gotta really talk to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Even when you're in a cell for like 10 hours or 5, you just like, yo, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I isolated myself.
So you know what's funny is this is where, like, when we write stuff for the show, this, that, and the other, and it takes a hard right, like we talk about. So I'm gonna start my show like I usually do, but I want to remind a few of my guests, Mr. Vincent LaRusso and Mr. Jacques French. First and foremost, have you ever met a beautiful, tall, black, sexy son of a bitch with a name like Jacques French? I mean, that's panty dropping.
Is he Haitian?
Hot.
No.
Nah.
No.
Oh, so I don't.
I was often wondering what part of France he was from.
Nah.
The
straight,
sexy big pop.
straight from Roxbury, man.
Ah, there you go. See, that's
So-
what's up.
There's a Roxbury in France?
And that's where I came from.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn right.
Bonjour.
So, you know what's funny is because the premise of one of our shows, and again, Mr. French, if you could slide over some of those paperwork where I usually start my show, I usually start with the word of the day. But, once again, it usually takes a hard right or left. So, with that said, you know how I met Mr. French's father?
No.
I rolled up in court with a judge.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Fuck are you doing here, man?" I'm like, "Oh, this ain't gonna be good. Hello, Mr. French." He's
My
like,
father
"Look
was
at
a
me."
court off. Was
He
a
was a
court
court
officer at the
officer.
time.
Yeah. So, and the day I pulled up to deal with said charge, there was two young gentlemen. One man had a knife right up to the courthouse, the front doors, in Dorchester,
Oh, I was about to ask, what courthouse is this? Okay,
Try-
Dorchester. That was the only courthouse I went to.
trying to stab the other dude, and then they both ran, and the Stadies came out.
That's
Yeah.
Dorchester for
You gotta
you.
cut that off because if that rings, it's copyright. And then the Stadies came out and they're like, "Where'd those kids go?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm pretty sure they're still beating the shit out of each other down the street. Like, nothing good is going on right now." So, I have a million other stories that I don't need to tell today
Yeah.
that my good friend Vincent LaRusso can tell you
Word.
about being a prison officer and
Yeah.
getting stabbed at work. So we have multiple stories like that. But with our story, or with our show, I apologize, we always start with the word of the day. So, do any of you entertain the Urban Dictionary? I know Mr. French was laughing on the way here. So we like to butter stuff up with,
What?
with the word of the day.
What is the word?
It's the Urban Dictionary, bro. So
He's an Urban Dictionary, bro.
there's a few of them.
So that means it's updated not too long ago. It says that's an Urban Dictionary.
So what we do is, if I don't like the word of the day, I'll research like a word of the week that's in the week.
Yeah.
You know, and I try to find the stupidest one.
Legs. Legs is a good word.
Legs.
Yeah,
Explain.
you can just look at a girl and say, legs is the word, spread the word.
And here we go. So
Am I lying?
I'm gonna start
Not
with
one bit.
because I know I got some intelligent individuals across from me. Do any of you know what soap grafting is?
Soap grafting?
Soap grafting.
See, this will be
Like
unfair for me.
GRAFTON?
It would be unfair for me to answer this because I've actually looked at that paper, so I now know what soap grafting is.
Do we want to know?
But it's basically what it sounds like it is.
Like you do the layout of soap?
No, so
So I enjoy the conversation you guys are having because you should put some thought into it.
so we're roommates, right? And I've used the soap. I've beat the soap down,
Yeah.
but I know that you're
In more ways than one.
a cleanly motherfucker.
Yeah.
So I take said beat up soap
Yeah.
to a new bar of soap, or maybe
soap.
something newer,
Yeah.
and graft it together,
Yeah.
so that we have what do you want to call those? An amalgamation
Yeah.
of soap.
Fucking spell it! Holy shit!
You know what I'm saying? Look.
That was,
These looks ain't
How he
just
pulled that out of his ass.
that's a badass word. That's a great word.
AMAG.
yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
you know what I'm saying? So
Soap grafting.
That's
the
soap
act of
grafting.
attaching an almost completely used piece of soap to a new unused piece because it is now too small to be conveniently used, but you also don't want to waste it. To be used in a sentence. My mom always soap grafts because she doesn't want to waste it. I.e., cheap bitch.
right.
My mom definitely would not soap graft.
Bro, I think throughout all of our, like, if you slept over an aunt or uncle's house where it wasn't the normal things that you would be doing,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure some soap grafting happened.
But
Max has to have his own soap. my son, he has to have his own soap because he said, Dad,
He's a kid.
I need my own. I said, well, why?
He's a
What's the
man.
problem,
I'm a
man?
man. I'm a man.
No, you know what he said to me? He goes, Dad, he's like, Sam doesn't use a face cloth. He just takes the bar of soap and washes his whole body, just rubs it all over himself. I go, yeah. He goes, Dad, he washes his pee-pee. It's like rubbing a pee-pee all over yourself. I need my own. I said, all right,
He's
go
a
ahead.
man. See, he knows. He
He's-
knows.
He's just doesn't want to rub peepees all over
Let,
himself.
let,
right?
let me back
Okay.
up. Let me back up real quick.
Okay, bro.
Before I
all
forget,
good.
Before I forget the intro to the show, the military teaches you to wash from head to toe, so it all goes down. Welcome to the E3 Mafia Radio Show on WMF Radio. I have three wonderful, beautiful guests that I love. You guys are gonna hear some fucked up stories over the next 2.5 hours. This show was created by myself and a good friend of mine, who a third party entered into why he can't be on, and eventually, hopefully, he's going to try to be on again, which we can't discuss, which is a fucking travesty of your First Amendment right. Fuck you, Cambridge. Anyways,
I don't know what the hell. When you hit me up about that, I was like,
we can't.
I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
when you hit me up about it, it just made no sense to me.
And no, it doesn't. It's against your First Amendment. It's against all the rights that are afforded you as an American citizen.
Well, it makes all kinds of sense to me because you put the word Cambridge right behind it. So
You mean Russia?
yeah, those people are just social.
Anyways, E3 Mafia Radio
The
Show was
Republic
created.
of.
If you are a veteran, a family member of a veteran, you know a veteran that you work with, this, that, the other, that may not be able to get out of their own headspace, which we'll get into some of that today. I have two very close brothers of mine, not friends, they're family, that can tell you stories about how I went right, left, and center and probably wasn't on my cheek. And it just, you don't know when it's going to come, this, that, or the other. It is what it is. Come on this show. Call, text, hit the Instagram, hit the Facebook. Come here to relax, but have the intent to laugh your freaking nuts off. Because that's what we're here for. Everybody has a shit-ass week. Everybody doesn't want to get a bill in the mail when they get it. Everybody doesn't want to hit a pop tire, which I did last week, and now my brakes are fucked, and now I got to pay for the brakes while I'm doing the pool and the house and this, that, and the other, while I'm doing 4 freaking appointments at the VA, which is a whole nother story. Come here and laugh. So, welcome to E3 Mafia Radio. Jacques French, Vincent LaRusso, Ace of Truth, thank you for joining me today. Now, we'll get back into the show.
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to
Go ahead, bro.
thank our military folks who are listening. Thank you for your service. That's no bullshit. Like, that's for real. You know what I mean? Like, y'all people do a lot for this country. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of the way the United States is handling its business right now,
You and me
but
both.
I am a big fan of our military. So, any military personnel who are listening to this particular show right now, thank you for your support. Thank you for your service, no doubt.
Roger that. We also have he's got a family member that was a POW.
Well, you already know that goes without saying for those guys, man. Those tough as nails. If you can live through some shit like that and come home with your facilities, you know what I mean? Like,
Bro, if you come home from being a POW, they should just lay out the red carpet and
yeah,
have you walk out
absolutely.
of bed.
But that doesn't happen.
Yeah, my grandfather, he got captured by the Germans, and he was 99 pounds when they found him.
Yeah,
He was
they,
178 pounds. He was like a drill instructor. Like
they
he, you know,
emaciated them.
yeah. So he was, and took him a long time, but he came home and he just went out. He got a job. You know what I mean? He went to work, raised his family, never asked for anything, never got a benefit, and didn't want a benefit. He just felt as though like he was over there. He did his job. He drafted. He went over there. He fought. He came home, and that was it. Put the shit behind him, and just motored forward. You know what I mean? Just like just a tough old bastard. He grew up in Pennsylvania. They weren't used to having 3 square meals a day. You know what I mean? Because they were poor. You know what I mean? A lot of the stuff that
You
they
may do.
yeah, a lot of the stuff that they ate, they grew, and like at 2:00 in the morning, if, like you had to go to the bathroom, you had to like go outside of the house, to a fucking outhouse. They didn't have plumbing. There was none of that. None of that. They had a well.
In the winter.
None of that. Yeah, in the winter. So you walked through the snow. You know what I mean? It was just Yeah.
It's like cutting wood with my dad. My dad was like, "We're getting a cord of wood." I'm like, "What's this? The wheat? What's this wheat stuff?"
Yeah, you're French.
You guys are coming out here cutting it. I'm like, Ace, anything else before I get back to my second word of the day? And then we got stories and stories and stories.
Did soap grafting.
What you
I'm
got
chilling,
going
man.
on, bro?
What do you mean? What I got going
So
on? Like
soap
in
graf-
general?
Fuck
In
it.
general, or
I'll
soap
hit
grafting?
you with the second word of the day.
Alright.
You know what snoodle is? This is fucking so
Nah.
horrible.
I don't.
So we did, Vincent, before I get to Sunil, was it last week or the week before? We got into the Angry Dragon, the bobsled,
The bobsled.
the
The rusty trombone.
Curtis did the he did the rusty trombone. He did
The New Jersey
Norwegian
tugboat.
the Norwegian steam engine.
Yeah.
He was like,
The Who's the Boss?
he couldn't even read it. Like
The Abracadabra.
he was like,
All of them.
oh my god.
I showed those to you guys years ago.
Oh, dude, he didn't know what the Angry Dragon. I was like, and it's coming, and you punch it. He goes, what the? So we can get into some of those. So Snoodle, the act. It's gonna be hard to read. The act of an uncircumcised man stretching his foreskin over the penis head of a circumcised man and jacking the uncircumcised man off. To be used in a sentence. Dude, I had so much fun snoodling with you yesterday. That's it.
That just,
So I would like to explain. I forgot one part of the intro to our show. There's this thing called Facebook and the internet. So if
Bro,
you
I gotta be honest. I'm
Yeah,
going
hold on.
home with PTSD after that.
that's okay.
Because that's fine.
That's okay.
That was
So-
like some gladiator shit.
This is things
Some
called the,
fucking Romans back in the day.
Yeah, fucking wrong.
Russell Crowe raping shit. That was
you
uncomfortable
can
here.
hit the X button on the internet. We are not here to offend anybody, but if you are offended, that's not our goal or intention. You can always swipe up or click and move somewhere else. This is why we created this show, to talk about the things that, somebody says something stupid to you at work, and you're like, and this crazy thought goes in your head, but you don't say it.
Yeah.
This is a space to say.
Yeah.
I mean, you
So
could-
we
Enjoy.
basically have a safe space. This is our safe space.
There are two major functions that I don't think I need to explain
feel
to
safe.
anybody here. Uh, racism will not be tolerated, and we don't talk about politics. Flat out.
That sounds like
Anything else,
Freemasonries.
all we try to do is keep the swearing down, and that's it. And then we talk about dumbass shit. So if you want to punch out a coworker, this is the place to tell him, because he probably ain't listening anyway.
Right.
Just saying. So
no, I'm in a good space at work right
one
now.
last Urban Dictionary word of the day: piss in one's pocket. Does anybody know what that means?
Piss in one pocket.
That sounds like European. That sounds like,
Oh, dun
Right.
dun dun.
Yeah.
European.
I didn't even, that was quick.
That was good.
That was quick.
You
That
gotta
was,
be quick on this. You gotta move on your feet. Ask him.
yeah.
Oh, I'll get to that after.
I don't know.
Pissing
Oh no.
Pissing in a person's pocket means to insincerely attempt to convince a person that you're doing them a favor when you actually have only your own interests, generally either making a profit or ingratiating oneself at heart. I.e., you are pissing in a person's pocket and trying to convince them that you're doing them a favor by warming their pocket. But realistically, all you're doing is soaking it. in
Strippers? Strippers? Sound like strippers do that.
urine. Strippers, man, you ever pissed on a stripper? We talked about strippers like week 2.
Piss in her pocket.
Wait a minute. You want to talk about strippers?
We talked about Georgia strippers. We talked about South Carolina
There was a
strippers. We talked
story.
about Boston. Believe me,
Atlanta
this
stripper
show
clubs
is
was
created
popping.
for you guests to get shit off your
My
chest.
man right here, you rhyme,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah,
Okay. So there was a story last week of a Young Dolph.
Yeah, Young Dolph, yeah, the rapper.
Yeah, Young Dolph is a rapper from I think he's from Memphis.
Mhm.
Pretty damn good. I like
Mhm.
Young Dolph. You know, I'm not a big fan of
Entertaining, yeah.
a lot of this newer rap, but
Yeah, he talks that shit.
I don't
Yeah.
like. I don't like him. And I talk about. I don't like some of the mumble rap. I like when you can be a
Yeah,
lyricist.
well,
Yeah. Dolph is one of those that you can hear him.
yeah, you can hear Dolph, but we're talking about strippers. We had a stripper fall on her neck performing some ungodly, godlike stripper move in a video for Young Dolph.
Did she
and
get up?
severe concussion. She fell on her neck doing like the European helicopter flyby twat twist. That's what I'm going to call it.
From the stripper pole.
From the stripper pole, and fell and cracked her neck.
What is that comedian's name in Deuce Bigelow Part 2? The Colored Brother.
Deuce Bigelow. Damn, I ain't seen that shit in a
Deuce
minute.
Bigelow.
He eats the ice cream out of the water.
Robbie Schneider.
Oh,
No,
right.
no.
Rob Schneider.
No, the Colored Brother.
Oh.
He's,
Yeah.
he's a comedian.
Yeah. I forget his name. He's
He's
the
a man.
yeah.
I
He's
don't know
the
what you're doing, and he just picks up the ice cream and he starts eating out of the
yeah.
water.
He's the man. He's the man whore pimp. The man open.
God
damn it, Deucey, what'd you tell him about me?
Oh shit.
You're gonna fucking die once you.
Dude, he was on Saturday Night Live, correct?
Dude, he's been on everything.
Oh man, I know who you're talking
He's
about.
the best bitch in my manhood stable.
Tim Meadows.
I see the video.
I believe it's Tim Meadows.
Pull it up.
Yeah, I pulled it up. It's not that bad. I mean,
They said it was
No,
severe.
no.
They're like
it
severe
didn't look bad.
concussion.
But it was one of those.
Anyways, continue with the stripper story.
Well, our esteemed colleagues are watching the video on it, and they
You just saw it
Just
again,
saw
didn't
the
you?
You can see
video.
where she's right there. That's where she fucked up. She
break her
like,
neck?
try to bring herself up.
Is she on workers' comp?
she looked like
She gotta watch American Ninja.
she looked like she broke
Yeah,
her
she
neck.
can't run like that.
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure that happens a lot.
Yeah, more often than
Yeah.
we would think. You know
Dude,
what I mean?
so
You gotta
like-
have strong.
okay,
You
so-
gotta be like a good
And I'm an
gymnast.
asshole. I would have ran over instead of giving her a standing eight count. I would have done like 5, 6, 7.
So we've all
Mills Lane.
established ourselves that we've been to a strip joint, right? So I've been to
No,
North Carolina.
I never walked into one of those places.
Okay, all right, cool. I'll join you at church this week.
I've been in, but I never threw money though.
North Carolina.
Never. Never.
I swear to God, I
You
never.
didn't
It's
throw
not.
money to the dude in the bathroom that had cologne. He was jerking it for you, helping you zip up your pants.
Well, then I got a stripper story for you.
I threw him $1.
When I
But nah,
he gave you a mint.
Now
He
you know
shook
what I
your-
tell you. I got
know.
this thing called free gang, right? Free gang is like, it might sound like a broke approach, but it's finessing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can go. I go out with people at the go strip
Hold on,
club.
this is where A starts selling some bullshit. So pay attention.
So I go to strip club with everybody who actually traditionally, faithfully goes to strip club. They throw their bread, but they don't entertain the chicks while they
what
throw
is
their
a
bread.
faithful strip club goer?
No, I'm saying like dudes that like they don't have a problem bringing you. They'll pay for you to come and kick it with them. You know what I'm saying? Like traditionally, this is what they do. So it's like they throw the bread, they throw all that shit. But you know, guys be putting their money into girls like panties, whatever, or thong, whatever, and it's like,
And a phone number.
and they don't. That's it though. You know what I'm saying? Like
Creepy.
you just gave her like $200. You better slap her fucking ass. So when I see that you a timid money giver, I'm like, he threw 50? Oh, I can slap that. Bam. Let me tell you, the irony of that is that the chicks like that shit because most of the dudes are. How you a gentleman giving money?
They're
on
not there
pussy?
because they like to read
You
books.
gotta be not like disrespectful, but you gotta be intensifying the moment that you're creating, and you're throwing money at her. So whatever control you have at that 5 seconds, like rocking the mic. We got to stay for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes, I have your attention. You gotta be able to know that this woman, at the end of the day, is not used to this form of entertainment back to her. She's just used to giving to you. You know what I'm saying? So once you give her the same excitement, you ain't gotta throw her money. Eventually, she's like, these dudes are gonna throw me money. You're cool. She might be bringing you to the VIP right after she's done. You know what I'm saying?
No.
That just happened to be me.
Let me
That
ask
happened
you
in
a question.
Atlanta.
Because we.
Amber Club Rivera in
I've been
Worcester.
to a strip joint in Atlanta as well. Now let me ask you a
Atlanta.
question because we discussed this week too. My boy that can't be here right now. Now, if you were at a strip joint and let's say you've had a few too many drinks, which usually that's what you see in a strip joint, you know, maybe at 1:30 a.m.
Yeah.
North Carolina has like a liquor license open till 3, 4,
They do?
and you out. Oh yeah.
I'm going to North Carolina in a couple weeks, so I'm
you
happy.
don't want it's you.
Charlotte.
You want to go to South Carolina because once North Carolina hits South Carolina, it goes from dead grass to palm trees. You want to hit South Carolina.
Okay.
So if you only got like $1.75 in your pocket, what do you think the sound would make if you threw 3/4 off a chick's ass? Smack, smack, smack.
Yeah.
Think she would get mad? Think she'd punch you? Just like that chick did. We discussed last week. The waitress,
Oh, yeah.
homeboy walked, smacked her ass, and she
That was awesome.
hemmed him. Did you see that?
That
video?
was awesome.
Hemmed him out like what? Now she looked like she had been through probation 1, 2, 45 times. What? I probably would have done the same thing if I was that broad. She had a lion tattoo on her shoulder.
This was
Why would
this
you
was in the
slap
strip
the
club?
ass of a woman that has a lion tattoo on her shoulder and she got
Yeah.
busted teeth and looked like she'd been through the prison.
And this is a
system
strip club?
14
And this is a
times.
stripper?
No, this was
She was
like
a
some
fucking Denny's.
restaurant.
Oh, Denny's?
Yeah, like some restaurant.
Why'd you slapping at Denny's, bitch ass?
Because he thought that she.
Oh, he was drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother did that shit. One
Did he
time, my
get
brother's
slapped?
older. No, but it almost turned into some real shit though. And mind you, my brother's older than me. He was drunk, and I was shocked. He just it was one of those moments, like it's like an isolated moment where slow mo comes. Shorty walks in, it's just slow. This dude gets up, all drunk and horny. You can see it in his eyes.
It was planned. It was
He
like- it
just
was like-
goes and goes.
Yeah.
We're like, yo. She's like, I'm about to get my motherfucking brother, motherfucker. She come with her brother and a whole bunch of dudes. It was negotiation time. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh, yeah.
at the end of the
It was
day,
negotiation.
I'm like, damn. Like, I know these dudes around this way. My brother ain't been around this way lately. You know, it's not the same like back in the day. You know, and it could have got ugly. So I mean, thankfully she hit him instead of getting somebody else. Because usually that's what goes down. They get the
You
third
know,
party.
You're sitting with three individuals who are like, we never start shit. We're always sitting there. We're asshole magnets, all the three of us, and we roll together deep when we roll.
What's the asshole magnet? Even though I agree.
Even
I
though
mean,
we're
how
sitting
deep
there,
is
Go ahead.
deep when it's just the three of us? Like, that's how deep
Yeah, we're
we
just
roll.
shit magnets.
We just roll.
All the shit,
that a
all the
good thing?
shit
But-
just goes.
but
sticks right on us.
We've been.
But is it a
we've
bad or
been-
good thing? It's catch-22.
Well, I mean,
Hold on. Let me before you. I'm gonna let you finish that. Hold that thought. Don't go and extend it. Just answer this question. If you saw us three, would you go? I'm gonna fuck with those three people for no reason.
Yeah, I like multiverse crews. I like crews that have black, white, Chinese, Spanish. Like that's the type of friends that I
I'm
go out
saying
with.
size. Like you.
No, I'm
you're
not even
looking
looking
at
at-
two very violent individuals.
That's not true. I'm not violent.
No, I know. You go
Ah,
to
you're-
church 3 times a week.
I don't.
I'm
If I
kinda
seen y'all, I'll
violent.
be like, yo, these dudes look like they chill together. You know what I'm saying?
We
Probably.
we mind our own business. The problem is when we're in a corner and we hold up the corner because the building is like held up by our shoulders. We're like, hey, we're having a good time tonight. Like we don't want to get in trouble. And then I've used this phrase before. Some little purple minion is like, and it comes over and it's like, he smacks him first, and we go.
oh,
This is what's happening.
Is it because
Hey, they
Everybody
usually
6 feet?
put their hands on
Hold
me
on,
first.
and
Well,
then they come back again and
I-
like,
this is this
and then
this
he goes shit, smacks it, and then I'm like, and then I have to get involved, and I'm the nice one.
this is like this is actually specifically a story. He's like really, literally telling of a situation that literally happened.
He's already getting
So
Mm-hmm.
we were out, the three of us, and
minding our own business,
we were minding our own business,
holding hands,
and
hopscotch with dandelions in the field.
Had a puppy.
kumbayaing
Definitely
and stuff
had a
like
puppy.
that.
It was a German
At
Shepherd
a watering hole that was
that we're not going to name.
family friendly towards us. So my
On a holiday.
my esteemed brother over here, because I do view both these gentlemen as brothers,
yeah,
Vincent,
McMahon?
there was a gentleman who felt that he
He
needed
collaborates shit. Don't let him fool you.
there
Definitely
was a
does.
gentleman who felt that he needed to establish his manhood with Vincent.
That was done.
That was
In
right.
what way? Was it over a female or was it
No,
just
it
more
was
like
just-
he was just
well,
threatened by
ini-
him and he just wanted
initially-
to try to man up?
Initially, it was like this dude was just like wanted to be a hang-on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like we were in Vincent's neighborhood, so like Vincent's that dude in his
Yeah.
neighborhood. You know what I mean? So this dude was like, "Hey, dude," like it was like a movie. Like, "Hey, dude, you remember, you know, like, dude.
Yeah.
And you know,
We're
and-
friends, and I'm not gonna try to be friends with Vincent, and Vincent doesn't like anybody.
But the thing is this, like when the man tells you he's a gentleman, that's not a lie. My brother's a gentleman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's an absolute gentleman. So
dress right, dress.
he played the role. He talked nice and so on and so forth, and everything is good. So at this particular time, I'm fucked up. I'm not even going to front. I'm drunk.
Yeah.
So I stumble off to the bathroom. Now, when I stumble off to the bathroom, like I said, this conversation between this gentleman and Vincent was borderline nice, but it was getting to where Vincent was getting tired.
No, I have to give you a disclaimer. None of us had knives, pieces of wood, mace, guns, firearms, anything that could possibly hurt you and maim you. None of us had any of those things on our presence.
Well, I'm going to tell the truth. I had a knife. Okay, I'm not going to speak for my brothers, but I myself had a knife. So off to the bathroom.
Hold on, in the bar, in the club, so they ain't search you, right?
As I said, this was a family
Family-friendly.
friendly
Oh,
establishment.
family. Oh, okay, I
Family
got you.
friendly.
Okay.
So I stumble off to the bathroom,
Hey, everybody that comes in, you do.
Yeah.
and I go to the bathroom. Now, when I come out of the bathroom,
Mayhem had ensued.
there was mayhem had ensued, and my brother Vincent had young man hemmed up somewhat, and like I'm gonna be real with you, like I go out with
I don't
you.
want to tell the whole story because I don't want to get you.
I go out with you, like you my man.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I'm saying? So whatever goes down,
I'm reacting.
but
Yeah.
if you're my brother,
It's just like the Lions, bro. We
Yeah,
roll deep.
yeah.
there's like, so there was no thought process. It was just, what is this dude doing touching Vincent? So I don't even.
So what-
And I mean,
Vincent,
and touching my hand with his throat.
So do you
That was
feel like
fucked
at
up.
that moment Vincent was kind of holding back because he knew that?
Oh,
he was
yeah,
gonna
he
fuck
coulda-
him
he
up?
coulda- he
So he
coulda-
was like, "Yo, chill out."
He could have absolutely hurt this
Yeah.
man. Yeah, absolutely. But I just remember teleporting. I teleported from the bathroom to this man's neck.
Was the knife orange or red? Maybe.
It
With the
was,
knife at hand
It was
already.
it was a beautiful piece of artillery that another family friend of ours gave us.
So this is when
You
all
know?
three of us went, huh. So I see, shink, and it's like, here's dude's homeboy's neck, and here's that, and we both go,
No.
and he was like, oh no, but you got this is what you trained me for.
Oh, and see, he alluded to something. This is what we were trained for. Now, you're in the presence of arguably two of the toughest motherfuckers I know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
And I have puppies,
And-
and he breeds them.
and I have no problem admitting that. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that dude right there, you don't want to fuck with those dudes. You know what I mean? I'm not going to elaborate on stuff. Like, they can speak for themselves as far as that. But as far as I'm concerned, like, yeah. So, training had happened.
It kicked in.
On
What does Vincent always say? You
Follow the level of your training.
training had been established on multiple fronts with multiple things, and that's all I'll say about that. So when that happened, like, I was actually proud of myself. Like, it was wrong.
Because you didn't think, you just reacted.
I did not think. I reacted, and everything was smooth and perfect. And it was like, I was kind of upset that I didn't get to finish what I was going to do.
Bro, when we get to the Thunderdome, you'll get to one day.
Yes, you
But it was the right thing to do. My brother stopped me. But, like, yeah, man, this dude was going to die. That dude was going to die.
Yeah, I mean, people have their days. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, it wasn't gonna go well.
like we got this team still ill. We all Lions. We got brotherhood and brotherhood. Like, but you gotta understand, a lot of people don't have those instincts. I always tell other motherfuckers, like, yo, some people are built to ride. Some people are built to freeze and run. You know what I'm saying? You have nothing to. You can't even control that shit. That's genetics. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your pops and your grandfather wasn't riding out, more than likely you won't. Doesn't mean that you won't. Just means it goes down genetically. Like, it's the instincts. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, that's
funny
why
you-
it's good.
funny you say that, because the Walgreens out from the street where,
Yeah.
from your crib,
Yeah.
where I picked you up last night.
Yeah.
I was at a red light, and homeboy was in the front seat, colored brother, right? And there was these three teenagers
Yeah.
in the Walgreens fucking parking lot, and it was a fucking 2-on-1. And this grown ass man got right out the front of the truck, and they were kicking the kid. He was on the ground, and he grabbed the kid, the two kids, beat the shit out of him. He's like, grow the fuck up,
Yeah.
you little fucking punks! And they went running, and the kid got up, and you could tell the kid was scared because he was getting his butt, he was getting his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And this grown ass man, he did the right thing, like teaching a young kid that was just getting his ass. He was like, he dusted his hair off, and then he punched him in the sternum, like real lightly, just boom. He was like, don't let those motherfuckers. If you got two people on you, that's more opportunities than one. And I heard him say it, and I was like, ha, ha, yes,
Yeah.
teach that young man.
But I
something.
bet you he was built on. He probably been in a lot of situations where he had to ride out
He was
for
in a
others.
work truck, too.
For others, you know what I'm saying? I've been in a situation
with
where
a phone number on
I
it.
didn't have to ride out for others because I'm like, dog, I'm with you. I ain't taking the L with you. You know what I'm saying? like, you're not gonna fight. I'm going to fight.
But
You know what I'm saying?
But
Then
that's
after that,
humanity, man. That's like humanity. You know what I mean? Like, on some real shit. Like, I'm not a Captain Save-A-Ho or a superhero or
Yeah,
anything
exactly.
of that nature. But at the same time, if I see
Captain Save-A-Ho?
some shit
You
going
Save-A-Ho in
down,
a strip joint?
well, I mean, listen, man. If I see some shit going down, like, I'm
We're all built like that,
I feel like, you know, as a man, and it's not right. Like, I can't let that shit go down,
Hell
man.
no.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, you got to say something. It's not necessarily that we want to bring this to violence, but you know, like, I had a situation when I was a younger man, more of a wolf. You know, now I'm kind of a
Lion.
well,
Same difference.
retired.
Have
but
you ever seen that picture of the wolves? I know you have, because you and I have shared it before, where there's like 3 in the front, everybody's in the middle,
Yeah.
3 in the back, and then 2 behind. That's a system. So they know that everybody in the middle, that's part of the pack.
Mhm.
If you're in the front, you're the 3 hunters.
Mhm.
If you're the 2 in the back, you're the old dogs. If you're the 1 wolf in the back, you're the one that they don't want to F with, because he's bringing up the rear with the old and the injured. You know what I
Right.
mean? So like, it has to be a pack mentality, which is like what Ace was talking about with you know, still on the Lions. Before we get off the rails, gentlemen, I gotta get back to some topics of my show. Our show, because this is family right here. Every single
No, it's your show. You said it
I
the first
just
time. You was
before you
right.
jump on it, I
Said
just
it.
want to say, as far as what I taught you guys when it comes to the rules of combat,
Oh, here we go.
win if you can, lose if you must,
But always cheat.
but always cheat. But always cheat.
And he did. He just said, he was like, always cheat.
well,
I'm like,
you know,
always cheat.
secret
And he's like,
secret things
and
out
it
of
made
things.
sense when we started getting
Yeah.
jammed up, and I was like, oh yeah, be dirty.
If you ever find yourself in a fair fight, you
Yeah,
have
you
nobody to
gotta-
blame
You
but yourself.
You definitely gotta be dirty, and it's funny because, you know, I don't like putting out my business, but since we talking real shit, like
That's
I
what this
was
show's
in,
about,
I was in a recent situation when I was getting into a fair one with this dude and his boys jumped in. It was like 3 of them, you know what I'm saying? So it was 4 of them against me, and this motherfucker was trying to choke me. You know what I'm saying? Like when the other dudes hit me, he was trying to choke
From
me.
the front
like,
or the back?
From the front. So like I'm fighting, and he went straight for my throat. Like this dude had my Adam's apple, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like I felt that he was already going for the gusto. You know what I'm saying? Had to fight my way out of that, but it's like it's just crazy how, like you said, you got to cheat. Like that motherfucker, he already knew once I was fucking him up and his boys came in that his next approach had to be some other shit.
Well-
you know what I'm saying? Because you can't. I'm not like the best fighter. I just got heart. You know what I'm saying? Like I take a L, but at the same time, I'm not just going to chill and. You
I
know
am
what I'm
not the best fighter either. I just when I train
He
to
just-
fight, when I train to
he-
fight, I'm
he-
a hard worker.
he lies.
He taught Jacques and myself certain things where it opened my eyes. I'm going to give you 2 examples, and then I'm going to get to some shit, some prison shit, and I'm going to ask you some specific questions about someone that is now in fucking prison. And he taught me 2 things. We were out having drinks one night. Just stupid little subtle things. We were having a drink and we're sitting in the bar watching UFC fights, and someone's acting up. Like I think we were down the street. I think the bar's closed now.
We were at
We were watching
in Malden
Frank-
over at
Frankie Edgar fight that Portuguese guy. Yeah, Hermes Franca. He was fighting Hermes Franca, and we're sitting there. Now, Ace, check this out, right? So you know those drink straws?
the
Yeah.
dockside. We're at the dockside.
I think I don't think it's named that.
It's not there. It's not there anymore.
That's
Yeah.
the irony of that.
He's holding just a drink straw, and I don't see it, right? And I'm like 2 years into training, not really paying attention. And somebody was acting crass, like off to the left or the right, and he's like, all you gotta do is just fucking. And he gets the straw, and he goes, just real quick, poke in the eye. I'm like, if you poke somebody in the eye with a straw, that would really fucking hurt. He goes, yes, and their eyes were closed, and then you kick their leg,
Fuck
kick
them
them in
up
the
right
nuts,
after.
fucking kick them in the ear.
That's when you black
Fish
out.
hook 'em,
Bah,
I'm
bah, bah,
like,
bah, bah.
what the fuck is this guy into? Okay, and then as the training went on, you know, it got a little bit more trick people, be real subtle, be quiet, this, that, and the other. But like, if you're gonna hit somebody, he taught me one day. Second part, sand. So, a book that we all have, that we both have, your surroundings. Use your surroundings. So he used to take this a-hole, would sit there and say, if you got sand before you hit somebody, throw in their eye. They're gonna go like this: clear, not shot, hip, jab, hook. I'm like, so fight dirty, cheat. I was like, oh, now I get it. He's like, somebody else better be on the receiving end of that, not you. And I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah, do it before they do it to you. You know what I'm saying?
so because you're about to learn about the craziest SOB that lives north of the city, and he can confirm that, he's got a brother too, just as crazy.
Yeah.
No, he's not crazy. Tony's
He's tough.
he's tough as nails. I wouldn't fight him, but
So, this
he's
happened.
normal.
So,
Yeah,
Mr.
he's a
Vince
good
LaRusso
man.
used to be a prison guard. Do they say prison guard?
Yeah, we
or
got-
was also
Corrections
referred to
Correction
officer.
as
officer.
Screw.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. I worked inside.
So, Mr. Larry Nasser here.
Yeah.
Okay, so when people enter the prison system that touch young women, you know, the Olympic gymnastic team, just to be specific, what exactly do those individuals, when they have their intake, when they get put in a cell, how long are they segregated for, and then at what point do the rest of the inmates go, now we got our shot?
It's different. I mean, so, you know, I worked there the early '90s. You know, it was totally different. I only worked in the system like 7 years, like 6.5 years, and then you know, so, and I haven't been there since, you know, like 2000. So I've been out of the game 18 years. So I've been out of the game like, you know, like twice as long.
So rules are probably different back,
Yeah,
a little more lax.
twice as long as I worked there. But now it's like today's the camera age. Every part of a prison is monitored. You know, so it's different. Like back when I worked there, there was no cameras. The only camera they had was the one they took your picture with when you came in to get booked. So they weren't like, you know what I mean? There was a few cameras, but like they didn't record. It was just so that you could see that somebody was at the door. You know what I mean? But like those guys that come in and like, you know,
You're already smiling.
you can, you know,
Streets talk.
as you can
Before he
you
get
know,
there, the streets
as-
already.
you know,
the streets
as, yeah, I mean, as you can surmise,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You know, guy is in court, you know what I mean? He goes in court, everybody knows like that's in that same courthouse.
Like, we
They-
can't wait to get
they-
a piece of him.
They know what his charges are. So when they get when they get inside, they're like, you know, as soon as they get in, they're whispering to the guy next to them, this motherfucker skinned the kid. You know what I mean? That, you know, they call him skinners. Like, you know, this guy got a bad charge. And you know, so it was right through. Or if that didn't happen, you know, these guys get mail. There's guys who were doing time that, like, you know, they have newspaper subscriptions.
There's prison code
So-
now too, right?
Yeah, so but I mean, so they're going through, they're reading the regular newspaper. You know what I mean? And they're like, you know, this guy was convicted of child molestation, you know, forcible rape of a child, like whatever the charges are, you know, rape, forcible rape of a woman, whatever. And they got sentenced to, you know, this many years or whatever. So these guys go, oh, okay. So John Smith is coming in, you know what I mean? And they're waiting. for John
Let
Smith
me
to
ask
come
you a
in.
question.
And it doesn't go well for him. I mean, plus the thing is like 9 out of 10
Let me ask you a
times.
question before you go further. I'm going to let you continue.
Yeah.
When they do that, do some of the guys that are a little twisted for certain reasons go, well, he's going to be mine. No, he's going to be mine.
Oh yeah, no, that.
Oh, then we're going to gamble
Yeah.
on that. Like, do they gamble on ass coming into the
Yeah,
That's
prison?
for certain. That's
Like
certain.
this-
That's for certain.
They have to.
That's for certain, yeah.
That's
Like
for
that
sure.
happens. I mean, it definitely. I mean, I worked in the county system. It wasn't as prevalent there. You know what I mean? It was like the county system. They just used to, you know, they'd come in the door and they would just, you know, they'd get a fucking beat. You know what I mean? It just, you know how it goes. You know what I mean? They'd come in, and I mean, most of the time, like, even if like they'd go up to a cell. Sometimes, like, you know, if you had a like hardcore guy who'd done a lot of time or whatever, he'd come up to and he'd look fucking ready to go, you ain't fucking coming in here. They'd be like, well, this is the signal. Like,
You're out.
they'd be like, I don't care. Go downstairs and fucking tell the screw that you're not fucking, that you can't come in. And you'll go upstairs and be like, what's up? And be like, he ain't living in here. You know, like,
The only
you know,
Now
because
you're
they
living in
know
the
like
hallway.
he ain't fucking living in here. He ain't. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck where he goes. I ain't gonna do anything to him.
But it's not here.
He ain't staying here. And then there were other guys who, like, you know, they're just like they'd wait a day or two, and then like the guy would get his head caved in. You know what I mean? Like,
The only time I ever
you know,
pissed
they'd
off-
roll in on a cell, and then like you see the guy come up, and like the guy would be like, he looked like he just got like put through a fucking food processor. You know what I mean? He'd be
I was
like,
gonna ask. So I
you know-
mean, a lot of times, most of the time, those dudes that go in like that, they go PC. So how do you
Yeah.
get somebody that's on PC that stays in solitary
Right, you don't.
confinement,
you don't.
fucking 200 days and shit? You know
Right?
what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
you don't.
You'd
don't.
rather just be crazy than not be alive. You know what I'm saying? At that point, you
Like,
know.
the only time I ever pissed off a police officer was in North Carolina. There was a brawl outside of a club where they used to film Dawson's Creek with James Van Dyke.
Dawson Creek is in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
There's
Didn't know that.
University of North Carolina in that town. I forget the town's name. And there was a brawl outside, and we got put in a van. And homeboy didn't put the cops on tight enough, so I had a few drinks in me, and I was a little bit of a fucking smart ass. And I was like, shit was behind my back, and I'm like, slip one out. And he came back, and he's like, all right, you guys got a court date, this, that, and the other, he's gonna uncuff us. Me being a stupid dumbass, Sean Connell, dumb, I know, sir, I'll pay penance for it when I get up there. I was like, here's the cuffs. And he goes, cool. My boys got let go. I spent 3 days in jail over the weekend. My warrant officer found out. I was like,
Oh, was you? Yeah, you know how it be Friday. You get locked up. You see you Monday morning.
dude, you know when they dropped me off? The MPs dropped me off when my company had formation at 9 in the morning. So everybody saw me do the walk of shame. I was like, I'm about to get busted down and go to the brig. This sucks. And then I didn't go to the brig. I went to what's called CCU, Correctional Custody Unit, where they make big rocks and little rocks. And then when you're bored, telephone poles, 1, 2, 3, 1, they get to 20. Not loud enough.
Yeah.
For 4 hours.
Yeah.
And everybody gets a little bit weaker. And then the big rocks, little rocks, they cut the steel heads off of the sledgehammers, and they made them all steel, not wood. They welded them. 1, 2, 3, into a rock the size of this room. So
Yeah.
you're just making pebbles. And
He's in North Carolina.
oh yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And then you get to
Country
20, and it was like, not loud enough. Start over. Steel sledgehammer. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. For hours. So I learned at that point, don't fuck police officers. Don't fuck with prison guards. Shut your mouth. Do what you're told.
You know, it's tough, man, because, like, the justice, even, like, all right, like, right now, police brutality is at its worst. But it used to be like that in the West Coast, in the Midwest. A lot of people are oblivious in the East Coast what goes on a daily in the Midwest and the West. You know what I'm saying? There's
Well,
always
you know, I
killings
don't
and-
necessarily disagree with you, but I slightly disagree. It's just there's media, there's social media now.
Everybody got a camera.
So now we get to see, but this shit's been going on.
But I feel like in the East Coast, more New York, like Boston, Boston is like has lucked out
Oh,
in
man,
a lot of shit,
most
man. You know what I'm saying?
certainly.
Like,
Most certainly.
like even when it comes to poverty, a lot of shit. This city is blessed, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's very rare where you're gonna find. I've been in a situation where I had detectives, cops, no, but detectives, you getting pulled over by the boys. Oh, something is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Out in those other cities, it's just the cops. You know what I'm saying? Like they just whoops, beat you up, throw some shit on you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, social media doesn't make it worse, but I'm just saying back then, like when he talks about his situation, I feel like I don't know what's worse back then or now because back then there was a lot of shit that was undiscovered, and then now you could just find out, and people do
Right.
things with the intentions of other people finding out, literally through a camera. You know what I'm
Do
saying?
you remember
Right.
that video of I forget. I think it was down south somewhere. You see the police officers shoot the gentleman running.
Oh, you're running,
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
back.
yeah, in the back, yeah.
Right.
I'm like, that motherfucker needs to go to jail, or he needs to be on death row. Like you just murdered somebody.
Yeah, I think they
Right.
like let him go. That's
And,
it.
but then you roll down to like Dallas, where a homeboy sets up with an AR-15, he's shooting 5 cops. Police officers have the worst jobs in the world, but on the flip side, they fuck up, and I feel like nobody wants to say that. They
Well, it's
fuck
like
up.
anything.
It's like, hey, I back the blue too, but
Right, well,
you
hey,
guys need to do you need to do
listen.
like every 6 months. Hey, we're bringing you in for a review. Should you be a police officer? Then there was that cat that told the kid in the hallway.
yeah,
He had the AR-15 and he had
they
stuff,
shot him, and they shot him anyway.
He had stuff all over his AR-15, like don't f with this. That, like he just wanted to shoot somebody. He said, "Put your hands on the ground." Kid puts his hands on the ground, and he puts like 6 AR-15 rounds, and I'm like, "You should go to jail for the rest of your life or
Right.
die."
But they
Fucking
know, but they know, like, see, the biggest gang
And they
in the
got
streets,
off.
the biggest gang in the
Right.
streets is the police, right? So we already know that.
No, it's not. It's the Marine Corps.
Who? Oh yeah, no, I said the streets.
In the street.
The Marine Corps, yeah, the Marine Corps is in the world. You know what I'm saying?
We
Yeah.
on the streets, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it just,
And like the
it
Boston,
just-
like back to, I don't care, like way back, whenever the Boston cops, they were always known as being like tough, and the Boston cops, they kick your ass if you
Yeah,
get out of
no,
line
they-
with them. But like the Boston
With a
cops,
blackjack.
like yeah, but like the Boston cops are like decent to deal with. Like you could be a drunk idiot, and as long as you would just play whatever and be like, they'd send you home, whatever. Even if you got out of line, you were a little bit out of line, they'd smack you around. They'd like kick your ass. The only thing is the difference with the Boston police is like, as opposed to like the West Coast, the West Coast, they'd fucking wear you the fuck out with a nightstick, right? And then they'd drag you to jail and they'd leave you in there for 3 days. Then you go to the judge and they like, they try to get you time. The Boston police, like,
They're like,
They-
we don't want to do paperwork.
no, they'd give you a knuckle sandwich, throw a couple of knees into you, right? Kick you in the ass and go, now get the hell out of here. Don't let me see you again. So you got a beating, but you didn't get locked up. That's why nobody complained about the Boston cops. They're like, what happened to you? Like, well, the Boston police beat the shit out of me, but I was drunk and I was being an asshole, but they sent me home.
Yeah.
Well, that's
You know
why
what I mean?
I-
Like these other places, they ain't sending them home. They're like trying to give these guys. They're trying to give these guys like like bids. Like most of the guys. I was a corrections officer. Like you had to come and you basically had to light me the fuck on fire to get me to do something. I told the guy, come
Hold
in.
on, didn't you have a guy throw shit on you from the, you had a guy throw stuff, and you went in behind his cell, and then you maced him, but he wasn't looking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
Well, it wasn't me.
He's like,
That
"You wasn't
wasn't.
say that."
That wasn't.
No, he had a guy, like, he was just doing the rounds, and the guy was like, boom, threw something. He's like, haha, and he's like, okay, I got you. And he's like, he let it go for 30 minutes, then he went around to his window when he wasn't looking. He was like,
Well, that was because they would have. Well, he was being a complete asshole because he was locked up.
Yeah.
You missed part of the story, and so they went and said to him, "Let's go now. You're coming out of here, and you're going. You're gonna go to segregation." He was like, "Fuck you guys, come in here and get me." So they suit up and they get a shield and they go in there.
send the
So
dog in first?
no, so the guy, he had the thing blocked up and everything else, so they sprayed a little gas under the door, and he was, you could hear him coughing or whatever, so they
I
just
could just see your face.
they looked at me, they looked at me, and they were like, because I hated the motherfucker anyway, so they looked at me and they were like, yeah, they go, he's gonna open his window eventually because he's gonna want to get air and blast him, so he opened his window and I let him have it through the window, but he was like but he was a fucking asshole. Like he was an asshole. He was like a guy like
You told me he tried to attack you once before, right?
yeah, but like even fucking inmates hated him.
Yeah.
Like they used to just like beat him up for fucking practice. Like you had to keep him alone because like even the regular like other prisons say. But same thing though. He was a guy who was in there. He had bad charges. You know what I mean? He was like a child molester. So it wasn't like
Nobody wanted him there. You didn't want him there. The inmates
you know,
didn't
yeah,
want him
they
there.
made some, but like with me, it's like I used to say to them, like, let me just come in and drink my coffee and do the count, and then like I'll help you, like I'll get you whatever you need. Like I didn't care, like I didn't bother them, like I didn't like lock. I said just like guys, just like this can be like I'm here for a paycheck. I want to get paid. I want to get my paycheck. I want to get my benefits. I don't want to give everybody a hard time. I don't want to write reports. I don't want to like go through nonsense.
I wanted to
Just-
ask, like, as a old,
Just
you used to be a
leave it
police
alone.
officer?
No,
Oh, okay,
I was
okay.
a CO.
All right. So, like, when you look at situations and stuff like that, you're like, all right, let's just say, like, for instance, that cop that got killed in Weymouth, right?
Chris,
The dude that got he pulled over the dude. The dude hit him in the head with a rock,
Chris Chesner, and then
shot
they killed
him
the
3
woman.
times, dipped off, whatever, right?
Yeah, we don't talk
All right,
about
so
that though.
so like how how people say like people get stuff that's coming to them, right? Now we all know right now in today's day, police and being pulled over, people's instincts are a little bit more jittery. Before it used to be like, fuck, I'm getting pulled over, I got something now. Now it's like, what the fuck do I do? You know what I'm saying? So when something happens to a police officer like that, of course everybody mourns, they feel bad, but do you look at it like, yo, I know it sucks that happened to him, but isn't there a war going on outside right now that you can't be oblivious to the fact that at any point in time in life, anybody that gets pulled over by cops might react now. They more than likely might react.
But
So how do you feel about like when you hear about, damn, this dude officer got killed, but then you realize there's like 100 cops that have killed innocent people, right?
Yep.
This one got killed. It was, it might have been innocent in that scenario, but you are a part of that crew, right? It's just like anything else. You're attached to that, so you're gonna have to get the shock value of what's going on.
I
To
mean,
me, right is right, wrong is wrong.
right.
If a cop fucking kills somebody that's not doing anything wrong, and he's stepping beyond the bounds of the law, and he's being a vigilante, and he's just, you know what I mean, just for the fact because he's going to shoot somebody, whatever, because he feels like he has the power. Guy's wrong. Guy is wrong. Wrong is wrong. If somebody goes like, Mike Chesnut, I know his brother. You know, his brother's an elevator guy.
Me too.
He's a good guy.
I grew up with him in
you know,
that town.
and,
Who
and,
that
he's,
dude?
and he's a friend.
The
and
dude
he
that
had, you know,
passed away?
Yeah,
Is
and
he-
he,
is he- is
you know,
he-
here's a guy who had a family, had kids. He's just doing his job.
Right.
You know what I mean? He didn't go looking for the guy. It was the end of his shift. That call came over his radio.
Yeah.
They said go there. He went. He did his. He was doing his job. He told the kid get on the ground. He hesitated. I wasn't there. I'm not going to second guess
Yeah,
the
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
I don't have that kind of training.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. You know, I don't know what the whole situation was. I wasn't there. But you know, wrong is wrong. Like the guy was out doing something he wasn't supposed to do. The guy was there to do his job. All he wanted to do was, you know what I mean? All he wanted to do was put a pair of handcuffs on him and figure out what was going on.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
and
what
he,
if
and
you
he
guys?
lost his
Hey,
life.
hold on,
So
hold on.
wrong
You
is
guys
wrong.
might not
Hold on,
know
let me-
what
I
happened.
agree
Hold
with that.
on. You know why
agree
you
with
three
that.
are on tonight? Because we're breaking fucking boundaries. Okay, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
But see,
We're having
What-
discussions
what
that
the
most
shit-
people don't want to talk about.
you know what I
What
mean?
the-
As a black man, especially with the shit that's going on, I mean, like I feel.
You're black.
Some people
I
tell
thought
me
you
that
were
shit.
French.
Some people tell me that I'm black, but you know, whatever, dude. But fucking.
No, they say you got a red tattoo. That's what.
But with the shit going on with the police and the black community and so on and so forth, like I look at it like this: a cop, Chesney, who lost his life like that, that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm not gonna be one of those dudes that's like, yeah, well, you know, fuck the police. You know, sometimes they deserve that shit. Nah, dude, no man deserves to lose his life like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially a man with a wife and kids and people who loved him. And by all accounts, the man was a good man. You know what I mean?
You know what
So-
town he lived in? Hanover.
So
So I went to school with Eric. We're in the same grade, and his brother lived in my town. Like, I was like, I know, right? That's Eric's brother. Oh shit.
Makes sense.
With the history that you guys might know him, right? Because again, I don't know. I'm not trying to play devil's advocate. Well, actually, I am. But it's like, do you think maybe in that encounter things went a little wrong? It probably might have been like not blaming him, but maybe he did something
I'm
that
gonna
caused.
I'm gonna answer this question, gentlemen. Regardless of what happened between Officer Chesney and him, where you lose a little bit of that argument is when he put 11 rounds into an innocent bystander right there that saw him. Like he killed a police officer. Okay, there might have been a back and
Killed a
forth.
73-year-old
Killed
woman.
a
What was she doing?
73-year-old
Yeah, I know.
woman.
Yeah,
She
yeah. He's
wasn't
crashed
doing
out.
nothing.
That's insanity.
That's where you go. All right, fucking fry. I'm
Yeah,
good.
fire.
Out.
and that's when
But
honestly,
you do have a good point. Like the things that we're dealing with in society today, in every state. You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
always misunfortunate, but it's just like I said. Like even in the streets, when you tell somebody, "Hey, you got beef with this person. This is never gonna end. He's gonna go shoot that hood up. He's gonna go shoot that hood up." Innocent people are dying. You know what I'm saying? So it never ends. But the nowadays that's going on with the police and all this stuff with no real justice. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the part that leaves everybody in awe. It's like there's nothing that can compensate for this, right? So now I just feel like a lot of people are starting to gravitate on. Fuck it. I'm just gonna crash out. You know what I'm saying?
what they
And a
gotta
lot of
do?
people are doing that now, shooting up schools,
But-
doing all the dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Hold on. You know what they gotta do? They gotta take a page out of Gandhi's book. You know what I'm about to say. You gotta be the change you want in the world.
but that
You gotta be
brings
the change you want in the world.
but that's
brings me to
There's a ton of good cops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's
Yeah,
guys
absolutely.
like
I
this.
believe I know some good cops
like,
that are
you see
personally my
stuff-
boy,
you
but
see-
I don't know what he does off of work.
Right.
Like,
we're gonna
at
get
work,
off
I
some
don't.
serious shit here, which I do love these conversations, and I know we're gonna have probably another one or two of them throughout the next 2 hours. I'm gonna hit y'all on a lighter note and tell you about some stuff that I went through today, but I'm gonna hit you on some stupid shit right now, which you cannot make this shit up. Okay? All right. CNN gives new meaning to the phrase "a wolf in sheep's clothing."
oh yeah.
Okay, or in this case, a donkey in zebra stripes. A zoo in Cairo, Egypt, has been accused of trying to fool visitors by painting zebra stripes onto a donkey, but the zoo director insists the animal is the real thing. Mahoud Sarhan, 18, said he was visiting a recently opened animal sanctuary in the International Garden Municipal Park where he spotted a strange-looking animal with like 2-foot-long ears, and donkeys have like
Really long ears.
really short ears. Okay, so I'm going to show you the picture of the ears here. Okay, that's not a donkey, and in case you can see the paint sweating off of
Zebra,
his
yeah.
So why they do that?
Because if
because there's a zebra there. They didn't have a zebra, so they painted a donkey to look like a zebra
Yep.
to get people to come see a
but
zebra.
most people don't actually.
Hey, you got to give the guy credit for originality.
Well,
It's pretty,
But what most people don't
It's pretty good.
actually know that the donkey and the zebra are in the same family. Like people think because of the mane of a zebra that that's like a striped horse. It really isn't. It's a striped donkey. So
Look at some of these. Zebras don't have circles
Look
on
at
their
the
face.
hair.
They got straight lines. Okay?
he got a
This
circle.
is a zebra.
He looked like Petey from the Little Rascals.
Straight lines. This is a painted donkey.
But people are stupid because a donkey's body is nowhere near the mass muscle of a zebra. You know what I'm saying?
But-
So it's like people.
But they're
just-
also in the same family. So as far as I'm concerned, you did the right thing, bro. You know what I mean? Because
hey.
what you're actually looking at is an African plains donkey.
Bro, I don't mind an A for effing. I'm just
Showing
saying, don't charge people and say
Yeah.
it's a fucking
Where was this at?
Don't charge
Where was this
extra.
at?
Hold on.
Right, no, just charge the
What
same
did you,
amount.
what did you? I put it on
was
the
this?
ground. Didn't you read that it said it even barked or something?
Oh, beta. Yeah, it makes the sound that the donkey makes. Yeah.
My hooves.
When it comes to like animals, you know how like lately they've been. I think within the last 10 years, 20 years, whatever many years, there's been a lot of animal collaboration, right? Do y'all believe that that's like government testing? You know, they be like having like you go to Cuba. Cuba has massive sharks, right?
Dude.
Like,
Did it really?
yeah, like when they
Did
open
you
up the
watch
gate.
Shark Week this week?
I watched Shark Week last year. That's
Dude.
why I knew about
Shark
it. I love Shark
You're
Week.
talking about that, and I would like for you to continue. But with that being said, I did see a picture of what looked to be an alligator and a fish hybrid. This motherfucker literally had like an alligator's head and a fish's body.
What is the alligator
Yeah,
guard?
there's
The guard?
yeah, the guy, yeah, and
Yeah,
That's
they're
government
actually-
shit.
But like
No,
right now,
they're
like
actually-
there's so many different like because people
liger, a liger.
smuggling
they're
animals
they're
and stuff.
prehistoric.
Yeah, but
Right.
people smuggling animals and stuff like right now, like the python problem. So they said that they found like a couple of species of like super snakes down in the Everglades. So there's like they got like a ball python. People are letting them go, but somebody let go of a African rock python, which is actually like it's supposed to be like the most aggressive. I was watching it on Discovery, or Nat Geo, whatever one it was. And these two snakes live nowhere near each other. They live on separate continents, so they never pass each other in the wild. Well, they passed each other in the Everglades. One was male, one was female. They mated. Clutch of eggs. Now they have a super snake. So these
I hate
these snakes,
snakes.
these snakes.
Animals
get-
are like
these snakes-
interracial relationships now.
but right. These snakes
That's
get
why
like
they're better than us.
they're like, they're like 15, 20 feet longer than a regular python, and they're super aggressive because the rock python's like aggressive. So now people are like dealing with that, and they said they found a couple of anacondas down there. So they're worried about, now they're worried about like what happens like if an anaconda, mates with like this,
of
that hybrid python. Like what, like, are we gonna have like a 70-foot snake that's gonna, like just roll up on like school buses and swallow those whole with the children in them? Like,
You know
like,
what?
it's
The
cra-
way-
like crazy.
yeah,
like
it
crazy,
is- and it
crazy
is
shit.
gonna
Did you
happen
see
like
the
that.
Did
It
you
is
see
gonna
the
happen.
one where the woman was in the Oh, you didn't.
There's no
the,
more
The
full
woman was
breeds.
in the woman like Indonesia or some shit like that. The woman was in the field.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and the snake got her.
And the snake got
Yeah,
her.
they found
Holy
him.
shit.
Do you remember you remember that old picture where it's a picture of like a pelican and a frog's in the mouth?
Right,
Yes.
holding
It
its
says,
neck.
Never
Yeah,
give
Yeah,
up.
never give up.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see that picture this week? King cobra and a python. It wrapped around each other, and one of them bit the other one, so it was poisonous. But the other one constricted it, and they both die. And
Yeah.
one has the other's head in its mouth, and they're both just dead.
Yeah.
I was like, God, that's animalistic behavior at its best.
Yeah, like,
That's
yeah.
like- yeah. That's some army shit. That's some like, yo,
survival of the fittest.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna die, but you gonna go out with me. You know what I'm
As
saying?
the
Like,
saying goes,
you see
yeah.
it in the movies when they be sitting there and they're like half dead, and they just like, they're like, fuck it, I'm gonna die, but you gonna die too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
isn't that the way it's supposed to be?
I'm going down, I'm
Like,
taking
I'm
you
taking
with
you.
me.
You're coming with me, man.
So real
Like,
quick before we go to break,
Black Hawk
'cause I want
Down.
to get into some stuff. We got a few other stories to talk about. Man.
I'm mad I brought no weed with me. I never
So
do that.
today, with all my stupid injuries I got going on, I got freaked out today. So you both know. You're getting to know me better. Like I'm a chameleon. You can drop me in any environment. I'm like,
You're throwing a lot of gang signs over there.
that wasn't. I
He's
don't think
like,
I
nah,
did-
fuck with
hold
you.
on. What was the shocker?
Mantis.
Oh, he said a shock.
So I had MRI today on the back. So I had to do the neck, top of the spine, middle, back. So 2 fucking hours in a tube. Okay, and they were like, West Roxbury VA has a bigger tube, but they didn't tell me that. And the headphone set at Jamaica Plain didn't work. So it was just silence. And they put the thing over my head where there's a mirror. And you can see behind me. I'm like, that. You shouldn't have put that on my face. That just freaked me the fuck out. So I was trying to focus on one stripe. There was a little dent in the paint. And I was like, just keep looking at that. Keep looking at that. Like an hour and 20 minutes went by. And because I had so many MRIs that they had to do, the magnet heated up the machine. I was telling him this. I was sweating my dick hole off. Like, so sweat went into the little pool in my eye. And I was like, for a good 10 minutes it was there. And I'm like,
And you couldn't move. Couldn't get your hand up there.
so, I got the button. And then she rings me. She's like, only one more. Like, they screwed up so many of my appointments. They were literally on the phone with the radiologist, surgeons, like, because they'd fucking been dicking me off for 4 months. I go, Bink, pull me out. She's like, what? You only got like 30 more minutes. I go, that's fine. I'll go back. Pull me out now. Now. Boom. I was like, whew. Dude, I had a full-blown anxiety attack. I was like, when I
Yeah,
tell
the
you
MRI.
my nose was touching I was like, I'm fucking in a tube right now and I can't move and I'm freaking out and there's fucking sweat in my eye.
Yeah.
Get me out of here!
When I had,
Wait, hold on. So she pulls me out and she goes, I go, get that thing off my face. There's no mirror that I need to see you for. I can hear you on the headphones. Take the headphones off. Take the shoulder pads
I don't
off.
even want to see you. You're ugly.
And I go, get me a rag. And she goes, why? I go, put it over my eyes. She says, wow. I go, I don't want to see anything because I'm going to my happy place. She puts me back in. She pulls me back out. She goes, the longest MRI that you can do is usually for like 2 hours for a back. I go, how do you put children to this? You must have to fucking sedate them. She goes, we do. I'm like, oh, I freaked out when I got in there. You know me, like, I don't freak out, but I was like, for a good 3 minutes, I was like, fuck. Get me out of this tube that I have an inch to, I can't do anything. This is freaking me out. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up to him is, Ace, little fun little fact about my friend here, used to be EMT.
Oh, okay.
So anytime I have a medical problem, I remember I called him one time, like, bro, my ass is red. He's like, you got a hemorrhoid. I'm like, shit. He goes, stop pushing so hard. I'm like, all right. Anytime something's going, I'm like, I got this, I got that. He's like, well, and he goes into this long story, and it's usually like the worst case scenario, and then he goes, but it's probably nothing.
All right.
So, like, have you ever had to deal with, like, having to get someone into an MRI?
I had an
hold on,
MRI.
explain to him what a traction splint is, because he'll probably be horrified when you tell him how painful it is.
Yeah, you don't ever want to have somebody put that on you.
What's that?
Traction
So-
splint. If you break your leg,
If
you
you,
have a
well, you got to
displaced
know if you
fracture?
break your femur.
yeah.
If you break your femur. And what happens when it breaks? The bone goes like this, and one bone goes over the other bone.
Ace, check this out.
So you got to pull it back. So like when the bone breaks, it goes like this, boom, and so like your leg gets really short. That's bad.
Yeah, because they
So
basically
they put a splint on you,
Endobite.
right? They put a splint on you. At the bottom of the splint, they put a little lasso around your ankle, right? And there's a little crank, and you start cranking it, and it takes your leg and it pulls it out so that it goes like right back to where it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's excruciatingly painful. You don't
Well,
ever want to have that done to
We
you.
have other things to talk about, like shrimping.
We don't want to know anything about that.
So
I didn't take that call.
We're talking about injuries that it's out of sight, out of mind. Now it's gonna come into existence. Somebody around me, hopefully not me.
do you know what shrimping is?
Nah.
You're about to find out, man. So this is what ET Mafia Radio is about. Stupid shit that you can laugh at. Shrimping is when I'll let my good friend Vincent explain this because he can give the medical demographics of it. Pay attention, my friend.
So, you're a couple gay guys that, you know, have anal sex.
That's okay. We've said anal sex on the show.
They, you know, guy deposits one in the other guy, and then another guy gets a straw and sucks it
Oh
out of
my
there.
God.
And this particular time, this guy, when he was sucking it out of there with the straw, the guy who was getting it sucked out of there, he thought it would be funny to
Shit.
let one rip.
Oh, man.
And the guy sucked the fart and fucking passed out, stopped breathing.
This is that gladiator shit I'm talking about.
That's fucked up.
That's
On
fucked
that
up.
note,
Ah,
we're
this-
gonna take
these
a break.
type of words shouldn't even exist. That means people make these things existence.
Dude, there are effed up people that do this stuff, like the
Crazy.
Norwegian steam engine, the Angry Dragon,
The New Jersey
the
tugboat.
bobsled.
It sound somebody from Norwegian sound like they'll do some shit like that. I'll be saying like I don't know like where you from
People-
Norwegian?
you
You're
know,
like
pe- you know
oh
people-
yeah he shrimps. You be like the fuck?
No,
and
that's
then you
why
find
you
out
get
you're
that-
like yo you look like you,
You
do
get
that,
that
shit now.
T-shirt, gone shrimping, and it's just a straw.
Well, he goes,
Yo, you should
And that
you should
stuff
put,
probably
you
only
should put
goes
on
on
a
here,
T-shirt
like,
like that
Norwegian
and then
people
see
are probably
how people
horrified.
respond to it.
So, Vincent,
Right.
before we go on break, you're right.
You should
I
go to
should
San
put-
Francisco with that shirt on.
Well, you literally are walking me down to the path of what we talked about 2 weeks ago. My old co-host and I,
Free the
the
homie.
San Francisco,
Right.
San Francisco squirrel.
What about it?
Do you know what that is?
That's like a squirrel that busts his big nuts. I don't know.
No, it has to do with a homeless man sleeping in the park in San Francisco, and another man just comes up right behind him and just has his way with him. Oh no, San Francisco bird feeder. That's what it is.
Oh, I heard something about that. Yeah.
Is that a rapist?
Kind of. So we were talking about making a shirt like that. I was like, I don't really want to get sued. So on that note, we're gonna go on break for 10 minutes and then regroup. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the EPD Mafia Radio Show on WMF Radio. 10-minute break. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Friendships couldn't be bothered. I'm just living out my dreams, finding homes in between. I lost her on the way. Righteous could not stay off the demons of the day. Speaking north to California, yeah. Don't let the sunshine reach away. That memory, that memory. Don't let the sunshine reach away. That memory, that memory. Na, 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 na. The city we escaped with the rusty-colored lake. We spun on tires in the streets. Life had lived in its mystique. I'll catch you other way. A long and dreaded day when our rise again will meet. No more distance in between. Don't let the sunshine reach away. That memory, that memory. Don't let the sunshine reach away. That memory, that memory. Maybe I'm afraid of you. Maybe I'm not ready to watch you get up into another world. I'm not sure I can keep you. Maybe I'm afraid of us. Thinking my way through our love. I know one day you will figure out that you can fall for somebody. No, the securities are breaking. The limit pointed out bad. 'Cause I'm not I'm afraid of you. 'Cause some things aren't sinking through. I know one day I'll scare you off, yeah, and I'll have to watch you go. Security to break it. The limit point that I'm bending. 'Cause I'm not sure if I'm ready to let you go into the mainland. Woo! Cause I don't know to let you go, yeah, to let.
Thanks for having us, guys.
germs. That's a little loud. Is that loud for you guys?
No.
It's not? Can you hear me fine? Ace?
Yup. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Maybe it's just a few minutes off the mic. So, back at it. P3 Mafia Radio Show, thank you very much for joining us. A few funny things that have hit me in the social media network. Get off
Fuck
the phone,
social
gentlemen. We're here to discuss some nonsense. So when I say the name Stormy Daniels, what rings a bell?
Stormy Daniels. Wasn't that?
Our esteemed president. That rings a bell when I hear Stormy's name.
I swear I heard of a
Hot dogs flying down the hallway.
Yeah, well, that too.
Stormy sounds like
Hot
a
dogs
stripper name.
flopping around in a 5-gallon bucket.
She is.
Right? That's the same girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
same one.
okay,
That's
word.
right.
I was say, all right, cool. How about like, I'm still stuck on the strippers. That's sad.
So you would be, hold on one second. You would be correct on that.
This is the nastiest IPA I had in a while. This ain't
Stormy Daniels.
pumpkin.
ran for, I think she ran for like governor of California.
Did she?
Did she really?
Along with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And she's the stripper that.
No, she's a porn star, not a stripper.
Oh, is she?
They-
Okay.
That's what she was. I knew I heard that.
She's
Listen,
a
I go on
pornographic
Pornhub. I know.
actress. Yes.
Pornhub.com.
Uh-huh.
Shout out Jada Fire and the Squirter.
So she
Plug one,
apparently
plug
had
two.
she had a tryst with our current president.
Mhm.
Well, she's been in the news recently. She got arrested, right? Which I just want to bring this up because I feel as though once you go down that road of just selling yourself, shit just falls downhill. So this week she was served papers after she was just recently arrested for shoving her hoo-has in 3 DEA agents or FBI agents' faces when they went to a strip club in Ohio.
So what did they
What?
arrest her for? I
What?
wouldn't have arrested
What
her
kind of
for
gay
that.
shit is that?
I wouldn't have arrested her for that.
You know what? It was bogus, but that's not this story. Why this story is great is because her husband,
She has a husband, dude.
Awesome.
He's
Does-
a
he's a
sucker.
filmographer, right? So he
Oh.
like, used to film
Oh, that's her husband. So they got an open relationship, definitely.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's like that. Obviously, I don't want to interrupt you, but it's like if anyone saw
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights,
Yeah, Little Bill.
the dude whose wife was just fucking everybody. You know what I mean? And he was filming. Like, how do you live with yourself like that, man?
You
That
don't,
shit's
'cause you're not a
tough.
man.
Yeah, exactly.
And he didn't live with himself, actually, right? He ended up killing her than himself, didn't he?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see, but you would have to do that eventually, cause you just can't live with that. Can't be around people like us and we looking at you like, yo, fam, you're a bitch, you're
Right.
a sucker, and then on top of that, your wife fucked us. You know what I'm saying? Even if we didn't want to, shit, it might just slum upon us, cause
Truth.
how the movie sounded like. I'm just going off the movie base. I
Yep.
don't know the movie.
right? So her husband.
Y'all married?
served
That's-
her
that's what I
divorce
said.
papers.
Really?
Wait for the reason.
Oh, this will be great. I can hardly
Take
wait.
a wild fucking
She's
stab
a
at it.
whore, kid.
She didn't wash the dishes. The
She
plate.
didn't suck
Right,
cock.
right.
Left the plate in the sink.
Right.
The husband of adult film performer Stormy Daniels has filed for divorce in Texas. Daniels, whose real name is Stephanie Clifford, has said that she had sex with Donald Trump before he became president, something Trump has denied. Glendon Crane filed a petition for divorce on July 18th in the State District Court in Coughlin County, located just southeast of Dallas. In his 13-page divorce petition filed July 18th, Crane alleged adultery as grounds for the divorce and seeks sole custody of the couple's 7-year-old daughter.
He's
Really? Your wife's a fucking porn star?
Yo,
You think
that's
she's
a
an
dude.
adulterer all of a sudden?
Yeah, she is.
So
She
yeah,
is,
so,
and that was smart. I'm not gonna lie. He pulled a card on her before she was gonna do it to him. And mind you, she's the whore.
But the
I
difference,
agree.
but the difference is, right? Like, I filmed this. I'm here. I'm watching it. Plus, you're getting paid. Now you're fucking because you like.
no,
somebody.
that's not true because she claimed that Donald Trump paid her for the pussy,
Well, no.
and she was getting so she got paid to fuck Donald Trump just like she got paid to
But
fuck
she's-
all those guys on film.
He's not leaving her because of the Donald Trump thing.
Yeah, he's leaving her because of the Donald Trump thing.
No.
No,
He's leaving her because she's
because
an
she fucked.
adulterer.
Yeah, she
Well-
fucked somebody else,
Oh, she fucked somebody else.
which means
Which, you know what, honestly, he shouldn't be upset about because if you fuck Trump, I'm not going to lie. Like, he's probably like, how many fucking pills you think it takes that guy to get it up? Seriously.
You can go to the store in Blue Hill Lab. There's a spot called La Pepe Negra, and it costs like $5, and you.
Listen. You can go in the hood, man. You can go
exactly.
You can go to
Strong arms
to the Jamaican spots and get
a tiger bone shot.
What's called bedroom bully.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Tiger bone
Like
shot.
all you folks in the
Hold on.
hood, you know about bedroom bully.
yeah.
Listen. Because
Guinness and bedroom bully.
Because
Extra stout.
Vincent and myself, we skip through the hood for different things.
Yeah.
Please explain and elaborate what you two motherfuckers are talking about. Because you're both saying the same thing.
Yeah.
And I want to know.
But there's
about
different volumes of it. So basically, the tiger bone shot, when you go to like reggae stores, incense stores, it's all organic. It's like grass. It's like rooted. It's from the roots. Like you can literally get this sensational feeling when you drink it. They have regular ones that say Jamaican roots. Drink that shit. It's like having ginseng. You ever had ginseng?
Yeah.
Okay, so you ever like took ginseng and fucked a girl? Cause ginseng's a stimulator. Okay, cool. So that's what tiger bone shot is.
I
You
tried
take that
fucking
shit.
on acid one time, man. It didn't work out. I was laughing too much.
You take one of those shits, bro. You strong arming some pussy. And it's the liquid version. of it.
That's like, what do you call it? It's like when you go to Punta Cana and they're down there, they want to sell you the mama juana.
That's the same
Marijuana.
thing. Yeah, no, mama juana.
Okay, so
Basically, that's for you to.
Dominican, right? So it's like.
I'm not Dominican though. I'm Honduran.
Oh, whatever. Same fucking.
No, it's not. The Dominicans are mad racist within their culture.
I just listened to Barbershop Talk. You said Dominican. We're gonna talk about the barbers. So
I did, yeah, but those are the ones that cut my hair. Well, not my hair, my beard. You know what I'm saying? They trim it up. But
Why you got no hair?
People from Honduras are
I'm
from
going bald, too,
Central America.
they are from Central America. But you know what? When you meet people from Honduras, they mainly look like me and him. There's a big population of black Latinos, you know what I'm saying? And the identity is very well known.
Do you know Portuguese?
No, I just know Spanish.
Okay, there's an obvious difference between them. Like, is that the dialect?
No, hell no.
Between what?
Portuguese is European.
Yeah,
Well, I thought that was like Brazilian.
Well, Spanish is European.
Well,
based too.
they talk like a Creole. That's like a Portuguese Creole.
Like Creole, yeah.
Who? Asians?
Brazilians.
Oh yeah. They talk slang. They talk slang.
You can pick up
right,
some words
right,
when you hear them
right.
talk,
Yeah,
though, right?
yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, again, like Afro Latinos, like I'll tell you right now, the number one biggest Afro Latino group of people are Cubans. When you meet a Cuban, you're not gonna meet a lot of Cubans that look like Pitbull. You know what I'm saying? You go to Miami, maybe, but if you really meet some Cubans, most of them are black.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Homo in the UFC, that motherfuckers.
Look
shit
at
a lot of
look,
rock.
yo, look at
Oh,
like the racism.
Romero.
The racism in America, like there's racism in America, but there's a lot of racism in the black America.
Oh,
Listen
for
to
sure,
this.
for sure.
I tell people, you watch Major League Baseball. Who is the best players? The
Usually-
black Latinos.
Yeah.
The black ones. Not Miguel Cabrera. Not Derek Jeter. The Yasiel Puigs. The Vladimir Guerreros. You know what I'm saying? And
Big Papi.
Big Papi. But I tell you right now, you know what's so funny? If nobody read the names and they just seen them, they'll be like, those are some black dudes.
Yeah, right.
As soon as they read their name, they're like, oh, nah, he ain't us.
Yeah, he
ain't
looks like
part of
Jackie.
us.
He looks like Jackie Robinson.
Exactly, he looks like Jackie Robinson, but
Hey, Jackie Robinson.
but his name is Jose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's part of that's part of
You're
that's
like,
the
I know
problem
Hose
within
B.
the black community anyway, man. All these different distinctions about who you are and this, that, and the third. Like, and I don't have a problem with having nationality. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're being proud of your nation and
Yeah,
so on and so
exactly.
forth. But at the end of the day, you're black.
You're black, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, don't give me all this other stuff, this, that, and the third. Like, and even as an American black, growing up, there was that shit like, man, like you said, my name's Jacques French. So people say you Haitian. Nah, fuck that, I ain't Haitian.
It's
You
a
know
sexy
what I'm
ass
saying?
name.
Especially when I was young. Man,
Yeah.
fuck that, I ain't no
Yeah,
fucking
I know,
Haitian.
yeah.
Fuck's wrong with you,
Yeah,
motherfucker?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like, don't you call me no fucking Haitian. But like, why? Why was I like that? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and then I live in Brockton right now, man. So
Mad Cape Verdeans.
mad Cape Verdeans, you know what I mean? And for the most part, a lot of these dudes are darker than me.
And they say they Portuguese. They don't
Oh,
say they
yeah.
African.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. They get mad.
Yeah, they get mad. You know what I'm saying?
black.
Yeah, it's
no.
like what?
Yeah, you
my
are.
man,
It-
my man,
There you are.
my man was married to a Cape Verde girl, children, the whole nine.
Yeah.
parents would not accept this man, even after they got married, the whole nine. Like, you know, maybe after years of being with her, okay, you know, y'all got kids now, okay, whatever. But no, we don't accept you. You know what I mean? And your island's off the coast of Africa. You know what I'm saying? You're African.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, stop. You know what I mean? And all this distinction, even, that's why I've always had beef, man. Like, the distinction that
Ignorance
we give,
is crazy.
you know, black, white, all this other shit, man. Like, at the end of the day, you know, I know we don't get political on here, but at the end of the day, it's bullshit to keep us apart so that they can do what they need to do to make more money off of us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If we stay fighting each other, they make more money. And the they is the 1%. Whether it's a black 1%, white 1%, there's a 1%.
You know what
and
makes
they keep us
everything
all-
so grounded when you know you got a friend like Vinny and I have a friend like Sean and Shane, which is his cousin, is that we understand the stereotypes of how America perceives us. So, you know, at times we play around with it, but we know we can't play around with it with the public because that's what they feed off.
Right.
But we understand the ignorance of the stereotypes. And what I like about me and Shane is that
You thinking about
there be times where
Best story ever.
there be like there was this one time where I was like, yo, we was in Brighton and I was like, yo, why do white people act like they nice but they're not? Because I tell you right now, I'm gonna say hi to 5 white people and they're gonna ignore me, right? So we're in Brighton, which is the most liberal part of fucking Boston, supposedly.
Other than Cambridge.
I was out, I was like,
The
pull my window
Republic
down. I'm with a white boy next to me with red hair. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Ignored me. Hey, how you doing? Ignored me. We turned the corner. Hey, how you doing? You look beautiful. Ignored me. There was this one black girl, mind you, they be like, oh, you know, drama, attitude, whatever. This one black girl was on the phone. We turned the corner onto Blanchard's, over there, Blanchard's, whatever, in Brighton. And
Hold on. I fucking love you more than anything, bro. But I feel
Blanchard's.
because we're
Shut
because
up!
we're boys.
All right,
I gotta
all right.
fuck with my friend
All right.
Blanchard. Somebody else said something. And I was working with Mickey.
Blanchard's?
He was helping.
Blanchard's.
He was like, "Your garage." He's Irish. I was like, "Garage." He goes, "Yeah, your garage." I go, "Gay rage," and he goes, "Gay rage." Yeah, I go, "No, it's not gay rage, bro." He goes, "Fuck you, Sean." Garage. Continue.
So the girl's on the phone. She's like actually in motion of arguing, but again, we're turning. I don't notice that until I actually say, "Hey," and then she's like looking at me, and I see angry. I'm like, "Sweetheart, don't be so angry. Smile." She was like, "Thank you.
Little.
You just made my life. You made my day better, right?"
Yeah.
Now I look at Shane. I'm like, "What's up with that?" He's like, "I don't know. I can't answer that to you." You know what I'm saying? Like, because we know this stereotype. So when we chill each other, we try to understand why is it like that, and then we try to be like brand ambassadors of our own people. Like, nah, he didn't mean that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Vincent, are you
You know how many
going to
times-
tell this story?
Hold
You
on.
tell the story.
Go ahead, I
You
got
tell the
it.
story.
Hold
It's
on.
a great story.
Hold on, you can tell the story, but you know how many times me and these two have walked into a place
Well,
and
that's
like him and I have been like ID,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Who's your black friend?" And he goes, "Where?" And I'm like, "The big dude." And he goes, "Bro, I didn't know you were fucking black." And he bites. He goes, "Sorry, I didn't tell you, bro."
But that's
The best was the time I turn around, I go like this. I go, "You black?" He goes, "I am." I go, "Let's take him out back and beat the fuck out of him."
oh,
See, but that
We break those
camaraderie,
stereotypes.
That camaraderie,
Yeah.
you play with it, but at the same time, you put it blasphemy in front of people, so you're like, this is how ignorant you are. This is how ignorant I'm not.
Yeah.
But this is how ignorant it can get,
But
right?
Let the man tell the story.
that
This is a
leads-
great story.
That leads into a story.
We have a lot of those.
and the three of us again. And
Oh,
we're actually downtown.
Yep, Beantown Pub.
Was it that or Cheers?
No, it's the Beantown Pub.
Okay. So we're actually downtown. We're having a good time. Your brother was in town.
Yep, Mike was there.
And I remember there was a dude who had just come home from Iraq or Afghanistan. So we were, I think we bought him a drink or whatever. Everyone's chilling. So there's 2 white girls sitting over there.
I call them snow bunnies.
Two snowflakes.
Snow Whitey.
Is that what your brothers call
Yeah,
them?
snowflakes or snow bunnies.
What's
Yeah.
that movie that the Wayans brothers were in when they were playing?
White Chicks.
White chicks. White
Yeah,
chicks.
White, obviously.
Yeah.
So-
That
Best
movie,
movie.
that movie is hilarious.
So
Best movie.
you know, they're little cuties or whatever the case may be, and one of them leans over to me and says, "Are you okay?" Said, "Yeah, I'm good."
Oh, I
What's-
remember this.
okay.
Yes.
He says, "Why? What's up?" And she was like, "Are you sure? Are you all right?"
You want to talk about ignorance? Listen to this.
And I'm like, "Yeah, but you know, now."
What's up?
You know, now, excuse my language, but now the hood nigga kicks in.
Yeah.
And I'm
Should I watch out for something?
right. So now, but now I'm like, what's good, boo? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
explain that game.
I'm trying to fuck now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so what's good?
Yeah.
So this chick goes, are you with those guys? Talking about Vincent and Sean and his brother and so on and so forth. And I say, yeah, why? What's up? Those are my brothers.
Yeah.
Those are your brothers? Yeah, those are my brothers. Why? What's up?
Yeah, they are.
She goes, I don't know.
Yeah.
I said, why? What's going on over there? Something going on?
Yeah.
She's like, we're just kind of afraid for you.
Because they're all whispering.
It's like that line from Blazing Saddles. Somebody help that poor black man.
Yeah.
Somebody help me.
It's like they're like huddled together, and you're over here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm over here because I'm drinking over here.
Exactly.
And those dudes are over there. And shortly, if you're not coming home with me, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go back and talk with them.
Yeah.
But no, I'm good.
Yeah.
And, oh, well, we just heard them talking, and, we don't know if you're all right, and so on and so forth. So I say, okay. Vincent. Come here, please.
He gets a confirmation.
So
Once he comes.
Comes over, and I say,
Which is the worst thing to do because he's got a tongue like a fucking dagger.
so I say, these two young ladies are concerned for my well. Actually, what the man just said is what he's just said. You know what I'm saying? I said these two young ladies are concerned about my well-being.
Yeah.
Is there a problem? Should I be concerned with anything?
And
'Cause-
Captain Smartass kicks in.
So he says exactly what he just
I said,
said.
well, I go, but wait a minute. I go, what? I go, like, why? What's up? I go, like, who's fucking with you? Like, I'm, and he goes, oh, no, hang on. He goes, so explain it to him. And the girl's, like, looking at him like,
I don't
now
wanna
like a
repeat what I
deer,
just said.
a deer in the headlights. She goes, no, go ahead. She goes, well, we just thought you guys were over there. We didn't know if there was a problem. We thought maybe you kind of try to like there was something going on. And I go, what would be going on? So I kind of got her to come out and say she was like, well, we thought that like you were going to try to pick a fight with this man. I go, which man? She goes, that man. I go, which man? She goes, well, this black man. I go, really? So I turn around and look at him. I go, are you black? And he goes, I am. I go, Sean. He goes, yeah. I go, he's fucking black. Let's take him outside and beat the fuck out of him.
And I was like,
so he goes like this.
okay.
He looks at me. He goes, what? Then he comes over, and now the girl was just fucking. She was horrified,
We made her feel-
embarrassed.
we made her
Felt
feel like the asshole that she should have felt like.
this big, and then like it was funny because he turns around and he's like, he goes, you know what the problem in the world is? He goes, people like fucking you.
You fucking broad.
You know what's crazy?
People
I,
like
I,
you.
I'm going to bust in your face, bitch.
I served in the military. You look to the left, you look to the right. When you're in the shit, you don't go, he's
Yeah,
black,
right,
he's
right,
Asian,
right,
he's
right.
he's the, right? He works in the prison system. This is my dog from 15
That's
years.
my dog.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're just friends. So when you see two crackers walking up with a huge, sexy black son bitch, people are gonna go, you guys know each other? Yeah, for 15 years, you fucking asshole.
But see,
We're
that's,
What you think, we
friends.
just started walking out of
that's
nowhere?
the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like,
That's the shit I be asking Shane, like, yo, what's up with white people, bro? He be like, yeah, I don't know. I be like, yo, you gotta find an answer, and we need somebody to turn around like you and tell them, hey, listen, like, this fuck shit, it doesn't, when I'm around, it doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I like when my white boys do. When we go through white issues, like, he has to go through the controversy of white people looking at him differently because he's with black people. Then I have to go through the adversity of white people looking at me because they see me with a white person. This is when I need you to be like, listen, what's up? Right? You know how like Vinny did it? You know what I'm saying? Vinny kind of catered it into a, a more funny way, but still, he catered to it. He's like, yo, what's up? And what's the first thing the opposite person does, black or white? They're like, oh, okay, my bad. You know what I'm saying? They're like, because they're so not used to that unity in public. It's like, try to be secretive and shit like that.
I ran into it the day, remember, I bust Shane's balls all the time. He's like, I got you on the radio. He goes, no, you didn't. I asked you 15 times for a phone number, and then I had to go call Ace, and I had to meet him in Dorchester, and I called Brad, and I had 4 interviews. And then,
Yeah.
And homeboys that were sitting there with Apex.
Yeah, Apex, yeah.
It was funny, because, like, I knew you could tell, and I felt it too. So there was these four young teenagers, trying to come up, do the thing, rap game, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Him and I were having a meeting, because we're friends, we're boys. And when I went to go shake their hand, all 4 of them were like,
Yeah. You know how to be in the hood.
I saw him on the corner. He was like, because I'm like, hi.
Yeah.
They were like, I don't want to talk to this motherfucker. And I'm like, and we haven't had that conversation. So like, I'm glad we're having it now because like, literally, if you do this with like-minded individuals on a regular basis,
you can
that's
change
how
your
world.
world.
But on a lighter note, on that shit, you're gonna have to school them young boys because they have to understand that the white man runs that game anyway.
Exactly.
So you're gonna have to shake that man's hand, and you're gonna have to look in that man's face, and you're gonna have to, you know what I mean? But see, here's, and this is like no.
Not just that, you don't need to shake my hand.
No, but this is
I
no.
can do the fist bump.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is no disrespect to white folks at all, and you already know that you two don't belong in that category.
Jock, you disrespected me, man.
But my thing is this, like, when you carry yourself a certain way, no matter who the man is, white, black, Asian, whatever, you're gonna get the respect that you deserve.
You know what
I'm saying?
I don't see color. I see asshole.
Well,
right.
If you're
I'm
an
like you.
asshole,
Right.
I don't care what color you
Yeah,
are. What
I don't
race
either.
You are.
I don't
you know
either.
what? I believe, especially now. With
Right, and
hold on, all the things that I've gone through in the last year, I believe in picking up your fellow man, regardless of who we are. We're all in America.
Absolutely.
You love more, hate less, which is why we're doing those videos, and I need to talk to you about that
Okay.
too, because now Homeboy can't do those.
Yeah.
Because he can't be on the show.
Yeah.
So
Free
the
the
skit that
homie.
I told you about writing, like I was talking to him about it as well. Like lunch break, I'm about to shoot those.
No, assholes are perfect though example because like even assholes, like actual assholes, they're all different colors.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if they weren't, you wouldn't be able to get them fucking things
Exactly.
bleached.
Well, that's
See what
why-
I'm saying? So it's like it's perfect.
Exactly.
Do anybody see?
Assholes are out. Yeah.
Anybody see Team America?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, dude, you need to see Team America. But there's a scene in there, and I wish I could fucking recite it
If Curtis
verbatim,
was here, he could.
where dudes in a bar.
Sometimes dicks are butts.
Dicks.
Sometimes butts are dicks. Sometimes dicks are in butts.
There are three
Sometimes
types of
butts are
people.
assholes.
There are 3 types of people in this world: dicks, pussies, and assholes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And basically he's like,
Take pussies and not like
he
that.
was like, pussies. No,
Sometimes
assholes hate dicks because they're always trying to get up in them. And then he was like, but sometimes you need a dick.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So he can fuck the pussies.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
It's
sometimes
like-
the pussy needs to get fucked.
Right.
And sometimes dicks like to be in butts. But
You know
sometimes
what's
butts
crazy?
Don't like the dicks in there.
Ask Shane, right? Well, so Shane shot his video on the top in Southie. Prior to that, he shot Rockstar. When we shot Rockstar, Shane was rapping. Again, Shane's white, red beard. Him having multiple black friends, he has to deal with a lot. I know he does. You know what I'm saying? So we shooting the video, Rockstar. We go to the let out at the Bruins game, and he's shooting the video. This white woman come out of nowhere. She's like, "Excuse me, nigger." So me, mind you, he's the only one that's white.
Seriously,
She went to him and called him a nigger, right? Me and Lonell, my boy, was looking at each other
That's
like,
okay that was
wait
said
a
because it was a
minute.
black man that said it.
We was like, wait a minute. Yo, what the fuck? So my boy's like, yo, where's your man at? So the boyfriend comes out, he's like, hey, I'm sorry. He's like, yo, your wife called my white boy a nigga, and we black over here. Yo, I'm gonna fuck you up. This dude was like, yo, chill. All right, cool. That's the first instinct. Second instinct, we're in Southie shooting the video. Case move again. White guy, black, red beard. He's shooting his scene. This white woman comes out of nowhere. She's like, oh, what kind of music is this? I hope it's not them crazy new song where they say nigga this, nigga that. Me and the same cameraman. They were like, yo, what's up with you, bro? You bring this stigma of white people saying the N-word around black people. It's so blasphemous that he even has to deal with that kind of shit. He don't say the N-word. That's why I love Shane. He hang around black people. He doesn't feel entitled to say the N-word. You know what I'm saying? We all know how ninja be sometimes, but ninjas turn to another word where it's
that's
common
just,
ground.
that's just like Ritz. Ritz like, I don't hang around people like that. I don't
Let me throw. Well,
use
then
the
let me
N-word
throw.
like that.
Let me
it's just
throw something out
crazy
here
how-
for y'all. Let me throw something because I have a thought on it, but I'm throwing it out here. Since
Hold on,
we-
let me throw out a little preface in, because I don't want to get in trouble or kicked off the show.
Yeah.
Homeboys is using the N-word. Are you guys offended that you're using it and we're hearing it?
Oh well, see, this is what
I
this
was
is the
using it as an
topic.
example.
This is the topic at
Yeah,
hand right
You
now.
see
This
me
is
and
what I'm
him.
about.
You see me and him. Not one time called each other N-word. You know why? Because when you around somebody who has great spirit, positive, we understand it's very valuable not to. You know what I'm saying? We're
Well,
like, why would we do that?
Yeah, here's-
Maybe if me and him were talking like, but when we're around others, we're like, nah. And I don't even know them.
Here's the thing.
You, hey,
okay.
you do now.
Yeah, I
The,
do now. You know what
the
I'm saying?
situation.
Homeboy Jacques, you about to be friends. You don't even know.
I'm out there and do some bunch of
The,
friends.
the situation with Kendrick Lamar, and he was at a concert, and he brought the white girl up on stage, and she said the N-word. You know what I'm saying? And so then there was all this controversy, and he stopped the concert, and so on and so forth. So somebody said to me, "How do you feel about that particular situation?" And I said, "Fuck him." And he was like, "What do you mean?" I said, "He wrote the song. She sang the song as it was written."
But you can't do nothing about that.
But that's my point. Like, how are you gonna stop your show, kick the girl off the stage because she rapped your song as you wrote it?
Oh, I remember this. Yes, I remember this.
You know what's so tough? That's
And
a cat.
that was like a touchy subject for America
Yeah.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
deal with.
yeah.
And I mean,
But
I'm
he
glad I
wrote
heard
the
you. I wanna hear you.
song.
Keep going. Though.
He wrote the song.
Yeah.
And another example. In
So you're mad at? So not you're mad, but you felt some type of way towards Kendrick in that situation.
Yeah. Like, how are you gonna get mad at this girl for singing
Yeah.
your song
All right,
as,
so
it was written?
How are you?
Okay, so
higher
let me
than-
tell you. Let me match what you said.
Yeah, how
so
are you higher than mighty?
You got this
to
song
act
right
like-
now.
Yeah.
You got this song right now called damn, the song with Lil Dicky and Chris Brown. What up, my jigga?
Freaky
What up,
Friday.
my jigga?
I was listening on the way here.
That
It's
is.
Freaky
Let
Friday.
me tell you right now. Let me tell you why I have a problem with that
I know
song.
what you're gonna say.
You have a problem with Kendrick. I have a problem with
'Cause he
Chris
said it.
Brown.
He said it.
because Chris
Yeah.
Brown knew that he was doing that. He knew that he had a white man saying the word N because he ended up being the white man in the verse.
And he wrote the
so
lyrics.
he got a chance to give him, like, he gave him the pass in the song to say everything from dick, go see my daughter, all these references, right? I hate the fact that Chris Brown did that without not knowing how much it could affect. Now,
Right.
one day, this DJ I met, he had a big ass party. It was like a prom or some shit with kids. He was like, yo, he posted up in the video. I pressed play. The whole crowd was white. Guess when Freaky Friday hook come on?
Well,
What up, my nigga?
right.
What up, my nigga?
Right.
What up? Oh my God! I didn't see one white person. I didn't see one black person in the crowd, right?
And then
then I'm like this. I'm like, how should I feel? I can't be mad at.
He
You
said,
can't.
He
I
said
can't
it.
be mad at white people.
No.
Hey, he said
You
it.
They're
can't.
the consumers.
They bought the song.
They're the one who-
They're
they're the one who
singing the
actually
song.
supported
Chill,
him.
chill.
They
He-
singing
he
the
said
song.
it-
I
as
didn't
it was
download
written.
that song.
He said it another.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
said it another 20 times too, just without even a lyric.
With no point intended, he did not know that he started another. You know what I look at? I look at Lil Dicky as an epitome of a regular looking white boy. Once you let that
I
dude,
didn't even know
once,
he was white. I thought he
once
was-
you let
He is
somebody,
Jewish.
I have my
he's
own-
Jewish. He's Jewish. Once
I wanna hear it, too.
once you allow somebody like him
Hmm.
to say it, not that he's white, but the nonchalantness of who he is.
Right.
It's like, this is a regular white dude. Nobody thinks he raps. Nobody knows that he went to school for marketing. That's how he got the name Lil Dicky. He did a condom commercial and he called himself Lil Dicky. So everything that he does is literally marketing from everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Lil Dicky is smart. He's so smart. He's so smart. He got a pass on that song, bro. He has a pass on that song. Now Chris Brown has enabled regular, like when I say regular, like see how you look, like you're a badass. I'm not calling you badass, but when people look at you, they're like, yo, he's a badass. He might be kind of street. He might know some motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
You're
You look at
profiling
Lil
me.
Dicky.
Fucking racist.
I am. Yeah, you're right. Right? So I'm not racist though. But when you look at a person like Lil Dicky,
Hey,
you look
he
at
does know some fucking people.
But that's what I'm saying.
We're
But you
not
can
gonna
put
talk
this all
about
aura,
that.
though. You can tell it's an aura. I'm pretty sure white people,
See all
like
that
regular
Chinese,
bland white people,
all
see
those
him
fucking
and
Chinese
they,
and Japanese
and they get intimidated.
tattoos on him. He does those.
They get intimidated by him because
Listen,
white
I'm gonna
people
fucking grab
know.
the reins on my show back, please.
White people
Let me
know that
get
he knows
back to where we were.
everybody. Go ahead.
I just want to. Can I?
Go ahead.
My opinion.
My
on all-
only. I appreciate every single thing that has been said tonight, and I'm going to continue to appreciate your views, and your views. That's all.
Can Benny go?
So my opinion on this, and I could be dead wrong. You stop me if
No,
I
it's an
am
opinion.
dead wrong.
That's
But
fine.
so, my aunt's husband for years, my uncle Will, played for the Boston Patriots. That was how long ago
That's
it was.
back in Sullivan's.
You know what I mean?
Stadium.
Way back when.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Back in Southern.
You know, he's a black man, works for the court system. My uncle.
Yeah.
He's a good man. You know, my sister-in-law, both her children, they're Puerto Rican. My Puerto Rican nephew, half Irish, half Puerto Rican nephew. We took him
Gets
to
a lot of
Italy
girls.
with us.
Oh.
I don't see color.
Does he have red hair and an awesome
No,
tan?
no, he doesn't.
Oh,
He
shit.
doesn't. He get great skin tone though. That kid's got like the. I wish my skin looked like that, so I'm a little jealous.
that mix.
So at any,
Yeah.
but at any rate,
He
like
doesn't get red. He glistens.
I just yeah,
Yeah,
like,
glistens,
you know,
yeah.
Love it.
but like so I really I don't see color either. Like you know what I mean? It's I treat people the way they treat me. Period. Plain and simple. I don't care. You know, like what color. If you're
Yep.
nice to me, I'm nice to you.
We're all the same way, bro.
But my you know, in my teens, whatever, and you know, like you're around, like there's around people, like just you know what I mean. That like
Yeah,
there's
influence.
racism.
Right.
You know what I mean? You hear it,
Right,
and
right.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger, like you know what I mean. You like I
You
use
was
the
using
word
derogatory
because like you're
ways.
like you know what I mean.
Can't be
But
mad
it
at
was like, you
for
know-
the way you was
No.
raised.
And then you get like a little bit older, and you see the world, and you figure stuff out, and then you get to know people as people for the you know like the
For the
like,
good that- the
for
good
who
they
they
have at
are,
heart.
you know,
Yeah.
for who they are as human beings. If you strip all the color and everything else away,
Yeah.
and who they are, and like, so like for me, like if I were black,
Yeah.
which I am not,
This is
but
great.
I
I gotta
could
hear
be,
this. I
but
can't
I
believe
but I
it.
could be, but
If
I
I
could
was
be
black.
because I'm 100% Italian, and Rome ruled the world for 900 years.
Yeah.
God fucking knows what's in me.
Yeah,
The Romans
exactly.
were the biggest. I mean, they conquered everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
with that,
Biggest rapist.
so yeah, I mean, so with that said, if I were a black person, that word would offend me to the point where I would like want to crush your larynx, even if you were black and said it,
Yeah. Exactly.
because that word at its very core,
Yeah.
okay, was
Is derived from hatred.
Is derived from slavery, which the biggest thing in this country right now with all of the stuff going on in the politics and everything else, and it's like with all the racial stuff is, well, you know, people, you know, it goes back to when you know when people owned slaves in this country, and it's like it's such like it's like people get like so like you know it was 400 years ago, and it's like you know hey you weren't affected by it, and there's both you know what I mean, and it's like you know, people are like yeah but still you don't understand. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? Make me understand
Yeah.
why a word that was used, okay, by slave owners and people who worked for slave owners that kept you down. That's how they described you. That's what they called you. It was a hateful word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like you know the violence that took place and just all the horrible
Everything,
shit
yeah,
that went along with slavery. And not just black slaves, because
no.
black people were not the only people that
No.
were slaves. It doesn't matter. Like
Yeah, yeah, nah.
slavery is slavery. I mean, it happened in
Italians,
China. It doesn't
Irish
matter.
people. That's what bugs me out though. If you Italian, Irish, and right, you used to get buried with black people.
That's right.
You know what I'm
And
saying? So it's like
right. That's right. And it was Guinea and
It
WAP.
bothers me when you got Irish and Italian people who don't respect the
Like-
black
Right.
culture because
So
you used to
my
be.
my question.
Hold on, let's not yell over you. We've all seen Gangs in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, Gangs
my
of New York.
It was
Classic.
blacks. It was
Yeah.
Irish, it was
Well-
Italian,
Right.
it was everything.
So my question is like
Indians.
why would
Yeah.
why is a like what because like I'll tell you right now like I'm Italian. I don't go up to other Italians and be like, hey, what's up, Guinea?
Yeah.
Like I don't do that. And if Italian guy
If
like
you
called me,
did, they'd be like, what the
if
fuck,
Italian
bro?
guy like called me like you know like used like
WAP.
Like a moolie
that
or
was-
some
you know,
shit. you know what I'm
that
saying? Yeah.
word like to me like described my Italian heritage. I'd be like, what the fuck is
Let
the
me
matter
say a
with you?
disclaimer right
That's
now
why like
to the station that's probably watching. We're breaking boundaries here, and so if anybody's offended by these words, nobody
No,
here
good
is.
job.
That's why we're talking about.
Good
it.
yeah, I
job,
just
yeah.
so like to me, it's like I don't like if I think if I were a black man and somebody said to me like, hey, don't use that word in front of me. That's a hateful word derived from hate. Like I don't understand why, and it's like
Because
yes,
because
especially
they become
with the young
institutionalized
generation.
with the kids
It's-
is institutionalized by the word. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Like
You know what I mean?
And-
But that's why I said with me and him, I don't even know him, and I know that it just wouldn't even make sense,
Right.
for me to be sitting here across, and you in the middle and him in the middle, and just blur out the word.
Well, it's like
N-word.
if I was talking to somebody that I somewhat knew, and I was like, you know, listen,
you don't even have to
my
make up a story.
my
from,
whatever.
From personal experience, we've been with him when people have said stupid shit, and we're like, get the
Fuck out of here. But like, if I were to say, "Hey, yo, my," and finish the sentence, right? Like, fucking black people lose their fucking minds. They'd be like, "What the fuck did you just say?" But it's okay for another black guy to say it. Like,
Because
it's like, guys, like, can't you? It's just as wrong as if you say it as if a white person. It's a bad word.
I'm not going to justify why it's right to say it. I'm only going to tell you that by default, it has be. You know, when you beat somebody so many times,
Right.
it's in your head.
Right.
What you know what would be dope? If white people went to other black people, say, "Why do you say that to each other?"
Yeah, don't
You know what
say
I'm
that
saying?
word.
I
Yeah,
don't
I've
think.
had that happen.
You know what I'm
to
saying?
me.
I think a white person would less likely be in a controversial issue if he asked that versus him saying it. You know what I'm saying? Because
You know what? I actually
It's just a-
respect. I respect. I don't know if you saw that episode of Bill Maher where Ice Cube was on, and Ice Cube was like, "Fuck you."
Oh, yeah, yeah, Ice
That's
Cube,
our
yeah.
word.
Yeah, yeah,
And I was
exactly.
like, he's right.
like
Yeah,
when he
but
said
at
that,
the-
that was a lot of controversy in America. But at the same time, I don't disagree with him, but I disagree with him because
yeah,
you can't
exactly,
be that
right.
old.
No, right.
You can't be
Agreed.
Ice Cube's age and saying that's our word. That means you're empowering the youth to
Right.
keep continuing
Exactly.
to use it.
Yeah, you want to break that cycle.
But I also
Exactly.
think Bill Maher got off light. He should have got fucking.
He should have got smoked.
Got fucking fired.
But that's because Ice Cube knows how hard
So,
it is to
with
be where
that
he's at.
said,
So he's gonna be cordial about
Anybody that's listening, listen. We you know what? This is why I love 3 people that are in front of me right now.
You're not gonna
We're
find
talking
just
about
like
the
us.
shit that nobody can talk about at coffee break, at work. Can't do that. Can't do this. You know what? I got 3 people that I love in front of me, and you know what? The premise of my show is we agree to disagree. Every person in front of me, and I know all 3 of y'all looking at me, we can find common ground. And if we can have this conversation and somebody hears this, somebody hears this and they're like, I was offended, I was this. You know what? If it sparks a thought in your head to change for the better fucking mint of good for society, then that's what the fuck this show is about.
Yeah.
There's 4 reasonable men having a reasonable, intelligent conversation because we're somewhat educated.
And you know what?
No, we are educated. We're
You know what,
educated
bro?
within ourselves.
Speak for yourself. I'm not
And
really.
you know what? Yeah, he got a sexy beard and he got a sexy stash. We don't got shit.
Right.
Hold on, you're jacked up.
It's not true.
And you got
45. If I get any, listen. Wait, hang on. I want dead silence for 2 seconds. Do you hear that? That's me getting fatter.
Yeah.
And you guys got the Dominican lineup. What you got? Spanish barbers?
But see,
No, I do. I shave
Hold
with a
on.
straight razor.
See?
I shave with a straight razor. I got skills. Skills.
This-
on some real
Go ahead.
real shit on that note, right? Like that's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I consider myself somewhat of a pretty boy, so every week I get a haircut. You know what I'm saying? But like when I went to see the Dominicans, yeah, dude. Like the only reason, well, there's 2 reasons. One reason is one of my good friends is a barber, so I'm gonna put money in his pocket. You know what I'm saying?
day.
Right on.
But the other reason I couldn't fuck with the Dominican barber is because of the razor, and I would get razor bumps on the back of my head because he would fucking use the razor.
same razor.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then my
same
shit would
razor.
just. But the haircut was phenomenal.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Dominican barbers are.
So,
Fuck.
I
And that's
live-
not
I'm from
stereotypical.
Roswell.
That's not
I'm telling you
stereotypical. That's
now, I'm
real.
from Roswell.
Yeah, they're good at what
And
they
A lot
do.
of the white
Good at what
boys,
they do.
they have these lineups, right?
Yo,
And I'm
I
just
had a
saying,
fucking MRI. If you
all
guys
the
keep yelling, I'm
Dominican
gonna lose
barbers
my
cut all
fucking
the white
mind.
boys' hairs.
And them shits
I'm just
be-
saying, it's like you know what one of the questions they had? They're like, when did black people start wearing beards? I tell you, right? Me personally, being from Boston, a beard thing became like that because of the Bruins. Because remember, like they was letting the beards grow and stuff like that.
In 11.
So a lot of people be like, yo, like people to me, they say, do you know that white people really the ones that rock beards? And it's funny, right? Because I feel through the masses, it's somewhat true. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not a lot of bearded black guys back then. Clean cut. Why? Because we're trying to get a job. We're trying to look fly. This shit right here, you know what I've learned having this beard? That I don't give a fuck what you think. Because I don't have it lined up.
And
I ain't shaved.
And if you have a hot pocket,
you know what I'm saying?
If you have a hot pocket, you pick shit out of it later on.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't,
So like,
I can't grow a beard. This is it.
Yeah, that's it. Right?
Listen, so I got
you gotta. I call this. It's called a juice catcher. You gotta eat a lot of.
I got two things I wanted to talk about real quick.
I have.
Yeah, but you can't shave.
Listen, yo,
I've never shaved in my life.
Shut up.
46 years old.
For real?
Never shaved in my life.
With that said, I got a story I wanted to get to, but you peaked barbershop talk because I know you guys had them on. So I got a little barbershop story, and I got a question for y'all and you, because I know there's a barbershop right next to the school.
The black barbershop is the shit.
So like in the military, when you get a haircut, okay, they got a vacuum attached to it, so it's always high and tight, like this, that, and the other. Because if you don't, you want to go below regs, this, that, and the other. The man was holding us down too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, all right, cool. So but it takes 3 minutes, and it was $4.
Yeah.
And then you threw a tip, and it was like $2. Since I've gotten out, I'm like, okay. So it's hard to find a good person to constantly cut your hair when you don't want to tell them how to cut it. You want to walk in, they go, hi, Sean, hi, Vinny, hi, Sean.
They know.
They know.
Right.
Right? So I went through a few of them when I first went to Hanover. This drunk bitch, I'm not even going to name the place, she was eating gummy bears. She was on the phone. And she was like, dude, I came out there with a wiffle with 2 different heights, and I was like, I got out the chair, I was like, she's like, where are you going? I go, you fucking drunk. You're eating gummy bears. I go, and then the generic kind that you got from fucking Target across the street. Sorry, Target. I go, fuck you, I'm leaving. She's like, that's $12. I go, out of your pocket, suck my nuts. I'm good. Now, I go to this place, shout out to Sport Clips, right?
It's funny because I know that's true.
So, I go to Sport Clips.
It's really true.
And now I got 3 different women. It's the older women who teach the younger women. Blah blah. And
Hold on, what barbershop you go to?
It's in Hanover, Sport Clips.
I never met somebody who went to those barbershops.
See, I would have honestly like not even cutting your story off. I would have thought like that's like McDonald's. It's a chain spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's
Super
a bullshit.
right?
Yeah, right.
Let me finish my story.
Went
You interrupted, fucking bastards. Okay, Jesus Christ! Can we have a conversation for 2 seconds where I don't get cut off? Now there's an older woman. I'll call the lioness. Yes. And then she taught the little cubs. Now they know about the show, they know about stuff like that. So when I go in, I brought them E3 Mafia t-shirts, hoodies, this, that, and the other. So when I go in, I get what's called the MVP. The MVP. Logan gets the MVP now too. So he gets a haircut, and then we sit in the massaging chairs, and they vibrate. And Logan's like, Dad, I don't like this. I'm like, fuck off. You'll like it later on in life. I make him do it. Yeah. He gets a head massage with eucalyptus. They rub your head, they rub your neck, and then you go back, and then they refresh you up, re-clean, and recut your hair. And because I'm a veteran, 1, 2, I'm a loyal customer, I know these people, right? So we have conversations with the families. So when I saw that you were talking about like barbershop talk and stuff like that, when you're going to the right barber, when you walk in, like, yo, hey, boom, sit down, Jack, hey,
oh,
Vinny,
no question.
How's the family? How's the wife? This,
yeah.
That's when you know you're going to the right place where you don't gotta say shit.
Well, this person
you just get your shit done. They give you a discount, and you still over tip anyway, and it's like part of the family.
This person,
George's Barbershop in Saugus, Massachusetts. Oldest operated barbershop in Massachusetts.
Shameless plug. Keep plugging it, bro.
These people are contributing to your appearance.
Your life.
So it behooves you. Another big word. It behooves you to.
I read that word in like one of those Macbeth books. You talking Shakespeare now?
Exactly, my dude. But like to take care of the barber, and you said barbershop talk. Like that was kind of an idea that I had, like for.
We're definitely want to put you on. So he, no point intended. He was saying barbershop talk. You didn't know. So there was a show I was on called the Barbershop Talk, and basically it's these dudes from Roswell I grew up with. Older dudes are like 30 my age, and they have a barbershop. They close it at 9. They close it, and you come into the barbershop at 9. So when you go there, you don't even know this shit's open. You just think you're walking by a clothes store. Open it up. Close it up. You're in 4 seats. The show's called Barbershop.
I'm telling you right now.
And we talk about.
I'm telling you right now.
Whatever.
I want to go there just one night with you, just to experience it.
Yo, it was dope because It was like being in the barbershop. You know, when you're in a barbershop, you talk about
Everything.
miscellaneous shit.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying? Your barber knows you more than you because you forgot what you told
They
him that
sent me
day.
a bill today.
You know
I
what
don't
I'm
gotta fucking pay. Mom broke her leg. The car broke. This
Yeah,
shit.
they know.
Yeah,
know.
And
absolutely.
they're like, just take off.
I just hate that in Boston, black barbers are whack. Because when you go down south, like as soon as you get down south to like DMV, Maryland, Baltimore, all that, I'm like, yo, the barbers are just as nice as Dominicans.
Yo, listen.
But for some strange reason, they suck out here,
Yo,
bro.
listen, right?
Because they don't know how to use razors.
This is why I'm going to tell you you're correct. I went to Howard University, Washington D.C., predominantly black, historically black university. Okay, so
I love tonight's show. I'm not even fucking lying.
You know why? Because we didn't. You know why? Sorry to cut you off. Because we are talking politics. Because we are talking about
You're
the
right.
shit that you didn't want us to talk about.
I don't want people to get offended, but,
Yeah, but
you
we're
know
not
what?
talking
that.
Hold on.
But we're not talking about politics
Hold on, let me say
in the
something.
sense of like.
But politically,
talking
you answer
around it.
questions that other white people
Yeah.
won't talk about.
Let me tell you why. Because I told Brian, I'm like, I don't want to. We don't do racist shit. We don't do fucking. Obviously, in 2018, you don't even fucking say that. We don't do politics. And Brian told me, if you have the right crew, you can have the right conversation. And you know what? He's right.
Well,
Because we're having the right
but
conversation.
before I
go
finish
ahead,
this,
what you
but
saying.
You got time, bro.
why?
40 minutes.
No. Why you couldn't? I shouldn't say you couldn't, but why I feel you might have been hesitant to do it is because at the time there might be 4 white men sitting there. So if you're talking about it, then other people are going to look at it like, well,
That's
their
a race
views-
conversation.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
race
yeah,
conversation.
exactly.
These are white dudes who are just coming down on blacks and the Hispanics or whatever. And no, that's not what's happening, but it's the appearance. And you already know, appearance is 90% of shit. Nobody cares about that 10%, that substance.
Guilty until proven innocent.
Except gentlemen like ourselves, where it's 90% substance and 10% appearance. Because baby, you gotta look good. If you want me fuck with you, you know what I'm saying?
look good.
But you know, but
Like fat bitches.
but yeah, you know, whatever. but that's where it's like we can't talk politics. It'd be the same thing if it was a room full of black men and we're talking about our racial issue, and then it's like, whoa, these dudes is, you know, some fucking Farrakhan loving motherfuckers that don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
And it ain't like that, but
Yeah, it
the
ain't like
appearance
that.
of what it is.
It's
so,
equality, right? You got
so
2
now
white men,
when
2
you-
black dudes.
When you
It's
have
equal.
a multicultural
even.
panel, you can talk shit.
You can talk shit.
You
You
can.
remember I came out for homeboy's birthday, right? And,
Yeah.
You know, I don't like. It's weird too, because like even when he started introducing me to some of his friends, you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm the only one two in the room. Not a problem. I'm like do, and I feature homeboy, the bricklayer.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Colin.
Colin's a good
He
dude.
would, he would just
I like Colin's a good man.
straight up, just like you and I met the first time. Hey, what's up, bro? Blah, blah, blah. Like we're having a good time. And you know what we ended up watching? We ended up watching Chappelle's show, where he's the white president.
Oh, when he was the KKK
And I'm the only
dude?
dude in the room, and everybody's cracking. And I go, yeah, that shit's funny.
Yeah. Are you talking about when he's a blind man? And he goes, yo, that shit is hilarious. That is hilarious,
crazy.
And then
man.
the second they saw me say that, everyone was like,
Okay.
all right, cool.
Okay.
But there was a lot of, you know, nigga talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we're in the hood, we're chilling.
Yeah.
So my men's is like me. I'm kind of like, ooh, every time, you know, that's ooh.
I got thick skin, bro.
But no, and it wasn't that. It was, and then my man explained himself. He was like, yo, because I said something yo, you know, my man was like, dude, the dude was so cool, like, I wasn't even thinking like, there's a white dude in the room with us. It was just another dude in the room with us. So it was like,
Colin's a cool motherfucker.
so
Colin's a good guy.
so we're just talking, and I get it, but like honestly, I think that might have been my wake up. When I started waking up to, like you said, when you're like, when white people should maybe say to you, why do you guys use that word? And I had that conversation when I was like 16 years old in a cab with 2 of my men's. We had a white cab driver. and we're in the back.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
And dude was like,
disturbed.
dude was like, yo, can I ask y'all a question without anyone getting upset? And I'm like, I mean, I went to school in Newton, dude. You know what I mean? From elementary all the way till I graduated high school.
Newton South or North?
North.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's the Lions, I think.
I went Tigers.
Tigers, yeah,
The
Tigers.
South
yeah,
is the
yeah,
Lions. So I said, go ahead, man. And he was like,
Why do you say that?
why do you dudes say that to each other? And if I said that to you, what would you do? I said, we'd jump on you.
Right.
And
You'd be on.
And he was like, exactly. So why do you, and like, I was in awe. Like 16, I sat back like,
that was probably a learning lesson.
But you know
He's
what
right.
it is? Society
right.
society keeps us in that motion. You know, I'll tell you why. Look at the gay community, right? When gays first started, they weren't called gays. They were called faggots. When the word started to become
We're breaking
too
some fucking boundaries.
when the word started to become too strong, like shut up, faggot. Everybody be like, you know, you be in class like, you damn near called him a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so the society, what they did was like, that word's too harsh. We need another word, and it became gay, and then gays became
most
the new
powerful
civil
entity on the
rights.
face of this
See,
earth.
the thing that blew my mind is that the gays
Can't
were
compare
given
the
civil
two.
rights.
Can't compare the
the
two.
same rights that
Yeah.
black people been trying to get for life. So look at the civil rights. This is how you know they don't want equality, because if right now you give civil rights to gay people, you cannot call them gay or faggot, disrespect them, put your hands on them. Why? Because civil rights, just like anybody else. But black people don't have that because they want to make sure that you keep putting yourself down by calling him that. You know, so you don't got faggots calling faggots faggot. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's
because
crazier?
they
You know
don't
what's crazier?
they don't empower that word.
Gender pronouns. I can't call someone. I don't even know.
You can't even get
I-
into
you can't-
altercation with a gay dude because
you can't
you
do
will
male-
lose.
Hold on, you
Civil
can't-
rights is that
You can't
powerful.
You can't do male.
What they got
See,
going
hold
on
on,
is
you-
goes beyond
Listen,
civil
let me-
rights.
let me-
Exactly.
They're just catering to a specific
They're
group of
human
people
race.
because
That
they're the
because-
loudest.
and they've got money.
And the other thing is they got money, but you know the other thing is they stick together.
Together.
Yes,
stick
they do.
together.
Absolutely.
There's no gay on gay
Absolutely.
crime.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Oh, no, there is
There's just
no
not.
gay on gay. There is no gay on gay crime.
Don't happen.
But
When you're like, did you hear about that drive-by? The gay guy went and he like wiped out a bunch of other gay
Yeah,
guys.
maybe
No.
in Atlanta you might have like a
No.
transsexual riding out on a gay dude. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Listen. You can't. I want to word this.
I gotta take
the
a
most
little
perfect
piss.
way I can. You can't use gender pronouns where a man might be going through a change or a woman might be going through a change. Like, I identify as Y. I'm like, well, that sucks. I identify as an Apache helicopter. You're gonna fucking
Right.
whip the things around me. You know, you're gonna call me rockets when you load me up. Are you talking to me? Like,
Right.
come on. At what point do we draw the line?
dude, that reminds me of a hilarious story. Okay,
Let it rip.
at work, MIT. You know.
You mean liberal America?
Well, we're doing a mod over at MIT, and for those folks of you who don't know where mod is, that is a modernization of an elevator. You know, we are elevator guys. Okay, so that is
Two of you, guys.
well,
I'm just about retired.
right.
Yeah.
Right, but two of
But
us are.
still a damn good elevator guy.
Yes. Two of us, three of us were elevator guys. Two of us still are. So we were doing a mod over at MIT, and there was. I'm gonna be real.
Word.
It was a
Just word
dude.
correct
It
me.
was no. It was a dude. It was a dude. He was a man. Okay, but he identified himself as a woman.
Shim.
Okay,
He should have been an Apache helicopter.
so
Shim.
so there was an electrician that comes into the room, and okay, we had the electrician who wired up some stuff, and we had this gentleman who thought he was a woman who did like the AC, like for the machine room. So, you know, they have to collabo because he's got to bring the power to the unit. So the electrician is now on the phone with his company, and he's like,
You know where it's going already.
he's like, yeah, this guy, you know, type it, this guy.
This black man.
Yeah, well, no, but he's referring to,
Exactly.
and he's, because he looked at him and was like, oh, him. So, yeah,
Should
him,
have asked for a name.
him. Dude, I'm sitting there cracking up. So all of a sudden, Shim says, "I'm a girl." And the dude stops. And he is red. And he looks and he's like, "I'm so sorry." And continues his phone conversation, finishes whatever. So I grabbed this dude later when he's by himself. And I said, "Listen, dude. Don't feel bad about what just went down." He was like, "Well, you know, I was so embarrassed. I didn't mean that." I said, "Dude, that was a man. That was a man."
Do you know what furries are?
Furries? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
So if you see a unicorn walking down the street, what do you call it?
That's a dude in a unicorn's
How do
outfit.
you know what to do? Could be a shame.
You know what I'm saying? Well, it's a person.
Have you also seen the
Listen, it's
commercial-
pretty simple.
the
It was-
commercial
it was
for
so-
Squatty Potty?
No,
You should, because they make ice cream out of.
it was. Listen, it was settled on Kindergarten Cop.
Oh yeah, I like that.
5-year-old boy in the class would say, "My dad's a gynecologist. He looks at vaginas all day. Girls have vaginas and boys have penises. That simple. It is that simple. Period.
Yeah, and you know,
And hey, all the power to you, because it's the United States of America. If you're a guy and you like want to be a girl, that's what you identify. You want to be that. That's fine. Go be that. I have good for you. If you're healthy and you're happy, you're not hurting people, you're not an asshole. Awesome, good for you. But why do you got to ram it down everybody's throat?
Why do you
Nobody
have to ram
gives.
it, why do you have
nobody
to
gives
ram
a
it
shit.
down my kid's throat?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
nobody gives a shit. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Bullshit.
Hold on. What you both said was completely accurate, but my dirty mind, you said, "Why do you have to ram it down my kid?" And he said, "Why are you going to ram it down my kid's throat?" And I was like, I got a fucked up brain.
Yeah, you do.
But I mean,
Nah,
it's simple. It's like simple stuff. People take things that are very simple, very just. You look at it and it's as simple as a pebble on the ground, and they just overcomplicate it,
real quick.
and then they beat the overcomplication
to it.
to death.
Yeah, they beat it down.
Real quick.
Make it simple.
Real quick, while we've had
Are there any more of those things sitting around? That was the last one.
real quick, we'll get some on the way home, bro. Real quick.
Never get to one of them.
While we got this panel going on, like these are topics that we all see on TV that nobody's talking about. That I'm beyond excited about. I have the best people in the room to discuss this stuff. How do we move forward? How do we move forward to make? Hold on, let me finish.
Communication.
Let me finish. To let Ace, to let your neighbor listen to him, to let your neighbor to listen to him, to let your neighbor to listen to him. That might all come from a different background. How do you do that? How do you move that forward?
You know what, dude? Like, and now
Because you know what? It needs to.
because we're sitting here and we're being real with each other. Like, I can honestly say I might
Like I
not.
told you, this was a comedy show,
Yeah.
but I'm glad that we're having a serious conversation because you know what?
There's
This
comedy
is the-
sprinkled in here.
Oh, it's
Yeah, we did. We laughed about it. Some people gotta just take the humor.
Like, I can honestly say that I might be a wrong man to ask a question like that, and I say that not because I'm not open-minded to things, but there are certain things that I just cannot get with, and we spoke about a couple of those things, and I just can't get with that, and I don't like you telling my kids it's okay, because it's not okay in my book. I'm not telling the world out here that it's not okay for you. If that's what you do, that's what you do. Like Vincent said, to each his own. But it's not okay in my book. It's not okay for my child to come home and say, "Dad, this is what it is. This is what I do."
In the
And
last 2 years, I've gone by that moniker. Love thy neighbor.
you know what I mean?
Love thy neighbor.
And so I get that. And at the same time, like, would I be a hypocrite by saying by talking about the changes in race relations, but then when we talk about that other stuff, I'm like, so that's why I have to say, like, am I the right guy to
It's like a real
progress that?
Let me tell you one thing that stood out this year to me. I was living in Seattle, Washington for a whole year. Seattle was like
It's beautiful. There.
beautiful city, dope city. Yo, you
Does
could
it
be
rain
successful.
Does it rain as much
yeah,
as they say it does?
yeah. You could.
Yeah, it's like
it would look the
Scotland,
same.
except
It look
here.
like the same weather every day for like 2 months straight. You know what I'm saying? Dark and gloomy. I tell you right now, man, it's a beautiful city. I love it. Only thing is, it's overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go to the dispensary, you got transsexuals in there. You got cross-dressers leaving their kids in the hallway while they go get weed. You got cross-dressers in the mall with their kids, no wife. You know what I'm saying? It becomes overwhelming. I don't have a problem with it. I have a problem with how the gay community is able to get away with everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in positions where there's gay people who disrespect women. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, women ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, you're shitting on women? You know what I'm saying? Like, all right,
Yeah,
you're
those
gay.
are like
There you
those are your
go. You ain't
biggest
gotta shit
heroes.
on- You
They
ain't
hero
got to shit on the girls. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to shit on the girls. And then on top of that, another thing is like, what happens is, you know what I would appreciate if the gay community would self-identify who they are versus who you're trying to shield yourself. Because I feel like the gay community, that's their shield. You know what I'm saying? Like, being white is not a shield. That's what you are. Being black is not a shield. That's what you are. Being gay is a shield because they don't say, I'm a gay white man or I'm a gay Latino. They say, no, I'm gay. You know what I'm saying? So now you fall by the default. You're not able to bring the identity out of those people because they just want to be under one. And that's the shit that bugs me out because now you're making people just jump into something. At least Bloods and Crips gave you options. You know what I'm saying? At least the government gives you options.
40 and a 45.
You want to be Navy? You want to be Coast Guard? You want to be Marine? You want to be all this shit? But the gays, they're like, nah. And they diversified it so much that it used to be the LBGT. Now they got the acronym that's like 12 different things. And if you read each what it stands for,
that's what I was talking
it
about.
almost makes you want to think that you're part of that shit because they'll be like, they'll say some shit like, you know, this means a male, or this means that you thought about something that made you think about something else, and this is why you're part of the LBGT TSWIWEFWEWEMF. And then you're like, and then what happens subconsciously, you become guilty in that phase.
So I think what you're
and
getting
then you're
is-
like,
hold on,
wait a
let-
minute, and then you end up being
me
gay,
get into
and then
it.
now you're just gay.
Let me get into it. I think what you're trying to get at is like LGBT. Well, how do you track
everything else? But they created that to make it a bigger
It
community
keeps
so we
getting
can get
longer
everybody.
and longer.
Exactly.
I mean, pretty soon it's going to be longer than supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Not only
It's
that, but
ridiculous.
not
It's
only
like
that.
it's like, guys, listen, enough. Get off the cross. Somebody else needs the wood. It's like it's 2018. Nobody cares that you putt from the rough. Nobody gives a shit.
nobody
I don't
cares.
care.
It's all
Well,
good.
Listen, my nephew's gay. I love him.
I have
My gay nephew.
I have
A
two gay family
girl
members. Love
that I grew up with. I went to kindergarten with her. You met her when we were on the job. She saw me. She was right over, gave me a big high five. I've noticed since I was 5. Yeah. We sat next to each other in kindergarten, went all through school together, all the way until we graduated high school. When we were in 3rd grade, all the boys were like, Colleen's kind of like a boy. Like, she beat up all the boys.
Yeah.
Like, we all knew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We all knew. We knew. You know what I mean? And it was like, nobody cared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was back then, like, nobody cared. And now, still nobody cares. It's still the same person we grew up with. It's like, no, you know what I mean? It's like,
Let me explain. I think what we're all getting at, you've all chimed in, is we're all accepting of everybody else. But if one group wants to have exceptions to the rule, how are we all going to continue to track that and move along forward? It's like, you know what?
I think it goes by. I think
like
it goes by the individual. I think it goes by the individual person. I think it's basically like, you know, who you are, because like with me, like
a lot of it has to do with how you were raised.
But I mean, yeah, but I mean, like when I over the years when I had like different elevator routes, different companies, like I had stuff in like you know, like in the hood, like all over Roxbury, Seaver Street. You know what I mean? Humboldt.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, Humboldt Ave. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like the places that were known as the quote unquote rough areas.
By the way, when you left, thanks for passing that on my road because
Yeah.
I couldn't get in there unless I was about to get piped in the
But
head.
I'd go walk it in and like, you know, park the van, go in. You know what I mean? It was the elevator guy. There were people out in front that lived there or whatever. I'd go, hey, how you guys doing? I'd be like, hey, you know, do you know? And I'd look right at the people. I'd be like, do you know what floor it's on? And guy's like, I think it's on the third. I'm pretty sure, dude, it's on the 3rd floor. It starts, but it hasn't worked since like. And one guy said to me one day, he goes, you know what? he goes, out of all the times, he goes, guys come in, he goes, like, the technicians come in, I go, yeah, he goes, and you can tell, like, people are, like, scared to be here. I go, yeah. He goes, like, you just walk right up to me and ask me, I go, you live in the building. The best source of information is the person who lives here. And he goes like this, he goes, but, like, people seem like, usually, like, they're, like, afraid of you. I looked at him and
Well-
I go, should I be afraid of you?
That's what.
And he
brings-
goes, no. I go,
you
I told him, I go, if anything, I go, you guys are going to be super nice to me. He goes, why? I go, because I'm here to fix the elevator. If you give me shit, I'm going to leave, and you're going to be taking the stairs. You'll have the
but
strongest legs in
that's-
Boston.
but that's what
And they were
goes. It
laughing.
goes back to what I said earlier about the way you carry yourself, man. It's the way you carry yourself, man. People know what it is. They can see, you know, like, this is a no-nonsense man who's here about his business, you know what I'm saying? And, like, people see that. People understand that, you know? Like, when you carry yourself as less than, people are going to treat you as less than.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have anything to do with size or tattoos or
Aura mentality.
It's just energy that comes off of certain people where it's just like, okay, I see, yeah, this dude is a man of respect, and I'm going to treat him with respect, and he's going to treat me with respect. You can tell that when you deal with certain people, and I think when you say, what can we do, like, that's the problem that we have. We have lost respect for each other.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I had a gentleman say to me,
You know what? You just hit the nail on the head. You hit a very good nail on the head. I think
Yeah,
we've-
we're gonna have to
I
read.
think
We're gonna have
throughout-
to bring this back and have him put a T-shirt that says that.
Oh, he's gonna be back, bro.
I'm saying, like,
he might be my co-host.
man, that's
Yeah, that'll be a good balance. I'm telling you, that black and white shit, Stephen A.
Bro,
Smith,
it's not even that.
Shannon Sharp. You know,
You know
it
what it
really
is?
works, bro. It's a
You know what it
formula.
is? No, you could just you know what we are? We're like that ice cream cone where you get the chocolate and the white. It's just the same thing.
Yeah. Like, this side of the table is like an Oreo cookie right now. I'm right and sitting right in the middle. I'm the villain.
But he's a double stuff though.
I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest with you. So like Ace knows this, and Vin not you as much. I'm gonna explain it a little bit more, you know, tonight and tomorrow. Jacques knows a little bit of this, but like when I do my show, it's if you watch any of our shows, which he has, it's nonsense, stupid comedy. I mean, we get off the rails. But I spoke to Brian about a few things, and I was like, you know what? So we usually do a thing, Hero of the Week, and 2 weeks ago was a boy that died from cancer. He's 5 years old, and he wrote his own obituary. His parents let him write it, and,
Damn,
and
that's deep.
the last words were, he was like, "I'm out, later, suckers." I was like,
A 5-year-old.
he gets it though.
he gets it. So we had some issues. Family members. We had a family member, someone very close to me, lost a baby. Like 5-6 months pregnant. So last week, my hero of the week was a teacher, and it was a young woman, Asian woman. She had, not that fucking matters. She had a newborn baby. She had like a 6-month-old baby, and she's like, my babysitter bailed out on me, and I can't do this. Like, and she was in tears, trying to put herself through college, physics class. Okay,
Right.
and the teacher said, "Come on, bring the baby to class." And you know what that teacher did? He held that baby while he did physics, math on a board for an hour the whole time. That was the hero of the week last week.
Yep.
This is week 3 where we just started the hero of the week. And I'm going to tell you three awesome motherfuckers that I love more than anything in the world. Ace of Truth, Vincent LaRusso, Jacques French. You guys are the hero of the week together this week for reasons that are very close to me where I usually run a comedy show. What we just did tonight, people fucking hear this, click, share it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send it to all you.
Trust me, they're gonna
Some
like
people
this
can
shit.
go,
They're gonna bite.
fuck, man, you mean to tell me 2 crackers and 2 black sexy sons of bitches had a fucking awesome conversation?
Why can't you
walked
be
up-
two?
Well,
Why can't you be 2 sexy crackers though? If you're gonna
Yeah.
call yourself crackers.
Okay, 2 sexy crackers and 2 sexy black sons
But
of bitches.
here,
You know what? Hold on. Family.
Hear what though, man?
If
Like,
people listen to what we can do and see what we just did tonight, there's no reason why nobody else
We
on
grown.
any fucking block can do it and just live in next.
We are alpha
Well,
males.
well-
If we come down to science, we are alpha males.
throw-
Meaning when we walk in the building, motherfuckers like, that's a grown ass man.
Yeah.
He's a
It's a
grown
man.
ass man.
He's a
You're a
man.
grown ass man, and please don't fuck around.
I'm
you know what I'm
gonna
saying?
throw you up in that mix, man, because like on some real shit, like I'm sitting here now in your dream. You know what I'm saying?
You realize what I tried to create? And I'm doing it.
I'm
Right.
sitting here in your dream. You know what I mean?
It's a proud moment for me.
And yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely, dude. And you not only did you invite me into it, but you know, like you talk about family, and we talk about family.
Yeah.
And this man, for the folks who are listening, this man called me today after I just got home from a hard day of work, and I sat my ass down and I was about to fall asleep in my chair.
Yeah.
And
Like I would have done.
my brother called me and said, "I need you."
I need you.
And
The
I
same thing
said,
to me.
"Okay."
Neither
Yeah.
one of you
You know what I
said
mean?
not. Neither
Yo.
one of you. They both went. What time?
I said, I believe my words, but text me the address.
He was literally martial arts, right?
Yeah.
He's a teacher, hitting the back, sweating. He's like, huh, "Thank God you just called me. I was in round 7. I don't know if I can fucking do another one." Yep, I'll be there.
He was like, "Are you sure?" I go, I'll grab something to eat, take a quick shower. I go, "Just text me the address." I go, and I'm there. And that's what it is. It's like,
Because
so
these
the thing
two
is,
know
is
I
like,
don't call if I need something unless.
Exactly. And that's
but
how
like,
I felt.
that's the thing though, is like, it's like, so, you know,
We've all made the
I
phone
have,
calls.
I have my you know, my blood brother, my brother Tony, who's also an
So-
elevator
Vinny
guy.
and Tony, you guys sound like you guys are hitters.
And
You
he's-
know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you know, he's
Well,
you know,
they
my,
are.
my, yeah, my, you know, my brother,
They
he's
absolutely
They may or may not have been in a book before.
Yeah.
he's-
Who knows
he's-
Saints?
They
he's,
absolutely are.
you know, he's an elevated guy too, and he's, you know, he's my real brother. But I tell people all the time, like, you know, the kid sitting across from me, you know, he's every bit my, you know, my brother. We've laughed together, we've cried together, we've yelled at each other.
We beat up people
It's,
together.
you know, it's you know what I mean. It's like that's just I'm the godfather of his kid. He's my brother. This guy is my brother. Like I tell people, like we walk into a pond. I've done it a million times. I want to introduce everybody to this is my brother Jacques.
Yeah.
Everybody, make sure you come over and introduce yourself
Yeah.
and make Jacques feel comfortable
Yeah.
because he doesn't know anybody and he's my brother. And people just look at me because they know what I'm telling them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Because it's just like
And
I
him, and
consider.
I stand in the corner like, should we say hi?
I mean, I just consider them to be,
Family.
you know, my family. They're my family. Like so, and it's like, so for when we talk about the issues we talk about tonight, I think like we can talk about them like pretty much like objectively because he looks at me like family, like his
Exactly.
blood, and I look at him like my, you know what I mean? Like when if he gets cut and he bleeds, that's the same DNA. That's like he's my brother.
Yeah, yeah.
So like I can sit there and say like I can have that comfortably talk about what we talked about
exactly
because
today.
I know that I'm not going to say anything that he's going to look at me and go like this. What the fuck is wrong with you? What planet are you from, man?
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can't say shit like that because I'm not going to do that because he's near and dear to me. Just like the same thing goes for him with me.
Yeah, exactly.
And not enough people like that because people don't like take the time to go. When I met him, it's going to be on 13 years ago at Embry Elevators where we started in the business.
We had a
And-
meeting that day. They were trying to sell us insurance from Aflac.
Yeah, and
Remember that,
yeah,
Jock?
and-
He was like, who
With
the
the
fuck
duck,
are these two?
with the
Yeah,
duck.
and it was funny.
Quack, quack, quack.
And I met him and we hit it off like right away. We became friends and that was it. There was no it was
Well,
like
I
he
tell
said,
you-
Call me
he goes
when
he
you-
actually said to me his words were, "I'm gonna tell you something, bro." Like what he goes, "You were the realest dude I've ever met in my life."
Yeah, man.
He goes, "I just talked to you for 10 minutes. You're the realest dude I've ever met in my life."
Same shit with Shane when he called me. He called me yesterday. I was in the library. You know, we're working on our next comedy hip hop show. So I was like, you know, we had this meeting on Friday. I was like, yo, I'm about to be on top of it. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the library, Boston Public Library, just making sure I write down everything. He called me. He's like, yo, listen, I need you to be a co-host for my show. This went on. You know, at that time, I was lately I haven't seen my daughter a lot. You know what I'm saying? Been going through a bunch of just extra shit. And I got a chance to see my daughter for my birthday yesterday. So I was with my daughter and my mother all day. My mom made me breakfast. My daughter was with me. We napped together, went to the swimming pool. And then the next day, my daughter was like, listen, we're going to go out. I was like, yeah. But when he called me, I felt the urgency of why he needed me.
You know
what I'm saying?
And you did the same thing they did. You went, you paused for one half, and you went, yup, I'll be there.
I said, yo, I was like, this is tough because before I got here, I got out with my daughter, gave her a big ass piece of my cake, right? Met her at the train station in Chinatown. She seen me, I give her the cake. She's like, where you going? I'm like, I gotta go handle some business at the radio station. it hurt me to know that she expected for me to hang out, but it also let me understand that these moments come in life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That I'm gonna have that thin line where I'm like, okay, well, guess what? My daughter was with my mother. She's good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's good. If she was in some situation, I would be like, yo, I can't do it. But she was my mom. But with you, then I was like, he ain't good. You know what I'm saying? Like, she could be my mom. I know psychologically she's good, but he ain't good. He needs somebody here. You know what I'm saying?
You knew what was going on. So
And that's the
to
brotherhood.
recap, we got a few minutes
And I
left.
just met this dude like, what, 3 months ago?
It don't matter.
Exactly. Like,
don't matter.
the realness is real is timeless, bro. Real is timeless.
You know when you meet people, you
Real
go,
recognize real, man.
yeah, it's just like
Right.
it's just like when you meet
Real
an
recognize
when
real.
you meet an asshole. You're like, fucking
Yeah,
asshole.
piece of dick.
Yeah, he been an asshole. He been an asshole since 2nd grade. You can
Right,
tell.
right, yeah.
You start looking back at the shit they used to do. Like, you
Yeah.
probably was doing
You
this.
know his dog's nipping his fucking shoes
Yep,
and
right.
taking one out in the yard. And, you know, his kids are
Even the
kicking him in
dog
the
don't
shin.
like him.
So again,
That's
to
fucked up.
recap, you guys are my hero of the week because and I encourage everybody. So when I share this post and I share it with you, I know he's gonna share it and send it to you both. Type at the top, watch till the end,
Yep.
Right.
because what you see is you see 4 grown men all walking through the same shit pile in life, and different demographics, different areas, dealing with different shit, different races, different color. And you saw 4 beautiful fucking human beings come together and go, man, why can't everybody do this?
Yeah.
Do me a favor and type that when I fucking send it to you and share it.
It would
Because
be
people
cool
need to
if-
watch it.
It would be cool if we can end the show with this, like we could tap in the song like, why can't we be friends?
Right. Yeah.
Why? You can sing it, John. Why can't we be friends?
So there was a little comedy for you folks if you were.
There
If
you
you
go.
I
were
know, right? It was so serious. We gotta give y'all a little laugh at the end.
you are,
But
yeah.
I mean, yo, you know, be dope and just plot it out, man. Like when we did the comedy hip hop show, what was dope is that we actually had a debut bisexual singer. You know what I'm saying? Trust me,
I saw that.
it threw us off. You know what I'm saying? But we had to have it because we had to feel like we don't have to, but we're like, yo, if we want to move on with life, we gotta
Right.
accept certain things.
Right.
We might not agree with it, we gotta accept it. When this dude hit the stage, I mean, he was the most flamboyant gay black dude I've seen
And you know what?
ever.
I got pissed.
I was like this. Yo, even Shane came upstairs. Like, I'm like this. Like, I was like this. Upstairs, VIP. He's like, Shane came up. I seen Shane's his cousin. He's like, looked at the VIP, came up. He's like, yo, what's going on? We say, we letting that motherfucker do his thing.
You know what pissed me off?
You know what I'm
though?
saying?
You know what pissed me off?
And that shit was flamboyant.
But you know what?
Shout out to Jay Johnson, man.
Jay John, you let him spread his wings.
Yeah, we
You know
let him
what
spread his
pissed me
wings.
off is one of the comedians that came on, his opener rip, he was I was like, man, fuck you, like, get off. We're like, you know, listen, it may not be like what you're letting this kid spread his wings. You know how hard it is for him to get up and do
Exactly,
what he's
exactly,
doing?
Yeah.
exactly,
I
exactly.
was in a bar. I was in a bar last week with
2 minutes,
friend of
Sean.
2 minutes, yeah.
with a friend of mine. This guy walked in who was
We never
obviously
have that clock. Fuck
he was,
you.
you know, he was like this guy was flamboyantly gay. Came in with this like, you know, with his his woman friend, and they're like talking, and bartender was a girl, and they was like the woman and the bartender were going back and forth about something with another girl, and you know, and she was like, you know, the woman was like, she goes, you know, it's just, you know how it is. It's just girl drama, the typical catty girl drama. And the gay friend who was sitting there, it was funny because he looks over at me and my friend, like, you know, he's like, you know, two like, you know, good
two
shape
alpha
like
male
that.
guys, yeah.
And he goes like this. He goes, that's why I don't fuck with them. And we were like, I almost fell out of the bar stool. I was pissing my pants laughing, you know. And he's like, he started talking to, and I'm like, and I was talking to the guy, you know, and he was funny because he's like he was like, you know, kind of like he was like, what, like I think he was surprised that like I was like, dude, you're just a regular guy. You're just a guy sitting on this side of the bar, like, you know what I mean, like. You're looking at the two of us, like, you know what's up. Like, you're not going to start hitting on me or anything like that. It's like, there's nothing to be afraid of. Like,
Exactly.
you're just a regular person who has a mom and dad that love you, and
Yeah.
like brothers and sisters
Now,
and family. It's just, it is what it
lately,
is, man.
I done dapped up gay dudes, right? But you know what blew their mind is that they knew that I knew that they were gay, and that's the part that blew their mind because they're like, you know, I'm gay. Why are you saying what up to me? You know, like there's this resistance
Yeah.
within straight people and gay people.
Yeah.
But I'm like this, what's good? And I'm giving you firm dap.
Yeah.
I know that you gay by the sensitivity of your hands. You ain't never lift a goddamn iron. You ain't lift up a hammer. You ain't even do cardboard box
You
work.
don't have leather hands.
No.
You can't have soft hands.
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, what I would like to leave you with tonight is my three heroes tonight. We got to end the show, cap it off. I appreciate everybody coming on. Jacques French, what he doesn't know yet.
Yo, his name amazes me. I got like
What
he ain't Haitian or French. Yo, I gotta know how he got the name.
He's my new co-host in training. Okay.
Hey.
Vincent LaRusso.
Yo, tell him to give you contract, bro. Ain't nothing in here. Contracts only.
Come hear us, man. Come back
thank you,
and
sir.
hear us.
Appreciate Ace the Truth. Anything you guys gotta push? You gotta push it.
This Friday, I will be at Club Bijou celebrating my birthday. I got Cameron coming through. Y'all more than welcome to come by. Hit me up. You want to get a ticket? Enjoy. Also, this Sunday we'll be on live. Show Me What You Got Radio. I got special guest host Sean. He's gonna be on there. So one hand wash the other. Shout out to Rizzy Rocket. Shout out to Ralph's Organic Garden. He's gonna be here. He's a medical marijuana CBD medicine maker. And then we got fucking Gordo Who Else, which is from JP Dorchester. Shout out to them.
CBD oils.
And it's and it's gonna be fun, man. And look forward to August 25th. I tried to call you. I forgot to tell you yesterday. August 25th, Club Jewel, comedy hip hop. We're gonna call it the comedy and the hip hop in the Jewel. And then September 21st, we back at Cloud 9. That's the other part I wanted to tell you. We're gonna throw a big ass party. So make sure you follow us. E3 Mafia. I Am Still
E3
Ill.
Mafia for sure.
Show Me What You Got Radio. WMF Radio. Every Wednesday 7 to 10. E3 Mafia every Sunday 3 to 5 with Show Me What You Got Radio. Tune in, man. Thank you for having me. It was a blessing. I didn't know I was gonna stay here this long. This whole vibe just kept me here, bro. I had to stay here.
I got people I love, and they're just like you.
Yeah. You say you love me online like hot sauce? I don't know what you said.
I said, yeah, I love it like hot. I meant to say sriracha sauce.
I was like, yo, when I see the comment, I was like, hot sauce. Okay, I never heard that one.
You don't like sriracha sauce on eggs? I mean, if you're gonna go take a shit, it's gonna come out like fire.
I'm a ketchup dude, man. I'm a ketchup dude.
All right, bro. Later, y'all. Appreciate it.
Easy.
I can be a bird.